Hello. Welcome in to this. What do you call this? Supersize? This XL
I'm not
edition
supersized in many things in my life, but I'll take it.
of the Swarm. We figured it was kind of, there are some sports things that around the professional sports world that we'll kind of dive in, or a quick little go around at the end of this show. But it kind of felt like, to us, at least when we were chatting on Monday, we were like, it almost feels like we should be doing the wrestling show first because of how much wrestling occurred over the weekend. And then there was some time constraint stuff. So we were like, you know what? Do we just want to record on Wednesday for our Friday release, but just kind of make it a full on just wrestling palooza. And then we'll hit the sports stuff that's big afterwards. And like kind of
was there wrestling last weekend?
Yeah, you didn't watch any of it?
Oh, no, I didn't know. I didn't hear about it.
All right, okay. Because we're talking about like 5 events, I think.
Yeah.
So,
4 in a row,
yeah. No, but yes, there was a lot of wrestling over the weekend, a lot of good wrestling over the weekend. And then there was obviously all the stuff, the fallout from Monday Night Raw. As we record this, we are recording before Dynamite. So Dynamite will be happening later on tonight. So we will get the fallout from All In, which we're actually going to lead the show with when we start diving into the wrestling here in a few minutes. So we'll get that fallout. So we'll kind of, be back on that trend maybe next week, talking about any big things that will occur tonight on Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of wrestling, but I thought overall, the two shows that I was most excited for, like probably most people, were All In and Evolution. And I thought both those shows delivered, and I thought they both delivered pretty massively. 2 different types of shows, clearly. But I thought that they both delivered massively. I like a lot of people, and I don't know, I'll get your opinion on it generally. I thought Evolution outperformed what I was expecting.
Which is what I tend to do these days.
Yeah, like I expected the event to be good. I knew the ladies would kill it, but the build was kind of subpar. It wasn't a lot of focus. I almost felt like it was just like WWE was just like, all right, we got to do this. Let's just put it
type of thing.
Yeah. But the performances in the matches, and we'll get into more of like why I think besides that, because the ladies all killed it and all the matches were great. But I think there were other elements of why that show felt the way it felt. But we can kind of talk about that when we get there. We are going to start today by reviewing All In. It was the first wrestling show of the weekend. It was also the longest wrestling show of the weekend, clocked in at 5 hours and 56 minutes, the longest wrestling pay-per-view of all time. CJ, it beat WrestleMania 35, which I was at that event.
God bless.
Listen, Becky Lynch was walking down the aisle at 12:21 a.m. on a Sunday in New York. Let me tell you. But that had the previous record of 5 hours and I think 35 minutes, and this one beat it at 5:56. So a long show, CJ. And I know you're not a regular AEW watcher.
Watch this whole show, though.
Yeah, and when we're going to dive into kind of boom, 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 like what happened and how we felt about things. But overall, how did you feel about the length?
That's a question I've been asked a few times.
I was going to say, loaded question.
It's usually a disappointment, but in this case, it was pretty solid. I like if you're in the the Meltzer rating system, I automatically will knock it down if it's this long. I don't like watching anything for 6 hours personally.
Okay.
But that didn't. It didn't
Not even
feel
porn?
like. No, I need about 6 seconds for that. It felt a lot less than 6 hours, which is obviously a good thing.
That's what you want, right? It didn't feel. Right. Me and Josh were doing the watch along.
WrestleMania 35 definitely felt like 6 hours.
Correct. That when I think about that show, since they're the 2 longest, even being there at WrestleMania 35,
might have felt even longer because you can't go to the kitchen, you can't change the channel for a minute, you can't go walk the dog. Yeah.
Like halfway through the show, the Kofi Kingston moment happens, and it's amazing.
That killed the show because that was the best thing.
Yeah, and everyone's excited about Becky because Becky's the hottest thing in the company at that point. But there's like another 2 hours, and that Triple H Batista match, like it's like 40 minutes. Like it was like, come on, man. And you're sitting there, and like there were points at that show, even being there, which is a completely different experience than watching it on TV.
Yeah.
You would think being there, it's an even better experience. But there were times I was looking at who I was with, and I was like, Jesus, like when the hell are we getting out of here? That's crazy.
When a show's like, I don't think, weirdly enough, the crowd was incredible, and all AEW pay-per-views are usually top tier. There's a few of them that have stunk, but for the most part, that's where they make their bread and butter is pay-per-view. Even when AEW was quote unquote like in the mud a year or two ago, no one ever said that about the pay-per-views. The pay-per-view is always still amazing.
Yep.
But I felt like it was better at home, like you said with WrestleMania. I don't remember that WrestleMania as off. It was way too long. Don't get me wrong. WrestleMania 35. But like I said, you can break it up if you're not at the event.
Yeah.
So I think that helped in this case as well. But no, this felt 4 hours, not 6, which is exactly what you want when the show's 6. You do not want to feel like it's 6 hours.
No, and I think that's where it really. There were some people that said, the people that are out there that are, it's too long for a wrestling show, and you're allowed to think that way. That's fine. But I think the majority was, it didn't feel like even me and Josh is not a regular AEW viewer either. And even me and Josh, we were talking about, holy crap, we've been here for almost 6 hours, but it didn't feel, it just didn't feel that way. It didn't feel that way, which is good. So, but yes. So,
I did feel like, we'll get into it, but I feel like a couple of matches though might not have. It could have been a nice Dynamite main event or something, but
it's fair.
But
so pre-show stuff real quick. The Sons, we had a couple multi-man matches. So the Sons of Texas, which is Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara, they teamed up with the Von Erich brothers.
By the way.
Yep. Marshall Von Erich and Ross Von Erich, and they defeated Shane Taylor Promotions, which was Shane Taylor, Lee Moriarty, Charlie Bravo, and Captain Sean Dean. I get it. Texas, the Sons of Texas aren't losing a match in Texas, bro. I just don't think that's probably happening. I will say this though, Shane Taylor Promotions, dude. Shane Taylor rules. Shane Taylor rules. That whole group rules.
They lose too much for my liking.
Yes, and I feel like of all the times we see Ring of Honor people on AEW, Shane Taylor and this group is a group that we should see more on AEW. They are fantastic. We then had another 8-man tag, which saw Big Boom AJ make his return to AEW, and he teamed up with the Conglomeration, which was Kyle O'Reilly, Hologram, and Tomohiro Ishii, and they defeated the Don Callis family, which was represented by Lance Archer, Rocky Romero, Hechicero, and Trent Beretta. Obviously, Big Justice and the Rizzman, the Rizzler, were at ringside. Rizzler was not hurt.
No,
because he was not doing the timekeeping. At one point, Trent he didn't even damn near. He assaulted a child.
He nearly killed one.
Shoved Big Justice to the ground.
To be fair, Texas, it's kind of like Florida. You can just do whatever you want.
That is true. But obviously, Big Boom AJ and the Conglomeration got the victory here. The happy whatever. This is the third time that we've seen Big Boom AJ in a match. I personally do not have issue with it. The crowd gets excited. They love it. It's
Everyone
fun.
Loves that little dance.
Everyone loves the Rizzler. And
it's in college football, since we like to talk about college football games.
It is.
The dance is in the game.
It is. I thought this was fine. I think the people that hate on the Big Boom, and again, before the first match, because I didn't know much about these guys. I was like, what the fuck is this? But then when I saw that first match and the reaction and how fun it was, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Right.
Wrestling can be fun too sometimes. Like, it doesn't always have to be some fucking serious. It's a pre-show match. Who gives a shit?
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I will ask you 2 questions about this. Do you think Big Justice will ever not have that cartoonish voice?
I'm sure his balls will drop at some point.
Because he is a large kid for his age. And
but he's only like 12. Hysterical. He's only like 11
I'm saying,
or 12,
with how
right?
big he is for his age, that voice is hysterical. It almost sounds like a cartoon.
I bet you within the next 2 to 4 years, he's talking deeper than us.
I would say in the middle of a promo, he'll just be, hey, how are you?
And then he's going to grow like a foot. And then it's going to be like, okay,
he'll
well,
6'6".
Yeah, and he'll be a pro wrestler. He'll be a pro wrestler or a football player, and that's what he'll fucking do. So
exactly. And then my last one, who do you have, since SummerSlam's coming up? Big Justice, AJ, versus Jelly Roll, who wins? Do you think?
Oh, you mean Big Boom AJ? Big Boom. He was
Big
he was an actual independent wrestler back in the day.
But Jelly Roll got a good 100 pounds on him, probably.
Listen, I will talk shit about Jelly Roll later. However, one thing I will say is that motherfucker's lost like 200 pounds.
Yeah, but he's still about 350.
I agree, but still, that's impressive. As a big dude, that's impressive. However,
that's something.
It also helps when you have millions of dollars, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of how I feel about him being used the way he's being used, him in general, his music, that's impressive to me. So I will give him props.
That's interesting.
I think there's better use of Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton at SummerSlam.
Someone say there was a better use of the Don Callis family.
The people in the Don Callis family that had better use, they were used better later on in this show.
I'm just saying. Anyway.
I don't think there might have been better use for Hechicero and Lance Archer. No offense.
Noted hater of Lance Archer.
No, I am not. Okay. I like the Don Callis family. However, these four guys don't have anything serious or important going on in the show of AEW. You can lose to the celebrity.
But neither does McIntyre. Someone said there's nothing going on with him.
But he's okay.
He stinks too, by the way.
Tell me who in the Don Callis family of these four guys are even remotely close to on the level with Drew McIntyre. I think Drew McIntyre
kind of stinks. So
you're insane.
I think Orton kind of stinks too, but
I'm telling you right now, they are higher on the totem pole than Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, Lance Archer, and motherfucking Hechicero. Sorry. Randy Orton was fighting for a world title 2 months ago.
Jelly Roll might be more famous than everybody we just named.
Of course he is. Big Boom AJ probably has more followers than all the other 7 guys combined.
Yeah, I would say Big Justice has more than all of them as well.
Probably. The Riz Man definitely does.
Oh, the Rizzler has more than everybody on the card, perhaps.
Yeah, he's the star of the show, man.
Yeah.
And then the last match on the pre-show, actually a pretty good...
We'll get a Jelly Roll minute, by the way, from JPJ.
Oh, yeah. Actually a pretty good tag match here.
It was,
FTR defeated the Outrunners, kind of put that rivalry to bed.
Outrunners kind of funny. I kind of like them.
I like the Outrunners. I got no problem with the Outrunners. That was a good match, the longest match of the pre-show, and that kind of set us towards the main card, which opened up with the Trios match for the AEW World Trios titles. It was the Ops going up against the Death Riders, who were represented by Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Gabe Kidd. The Ops retained here. I thought this was a good match, a fun match to open with. Set the crowd up. You know, people love Samoa Joe, man. People love Samoa Joe. People love the Ops anyway, but he's fucking awesome.
Samoa Joe?
Awesome. Yeah.
Interesting.
You don't like him?
He's all right.
Oh, dude, he's incredible.
I don't have a problem with him.
People love him. Living legend.
No, yeah, they do. They definitely
Hall
do.
of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and Shabbat, it's just, you know, and I thought Powerhouse Hobbs looked excellent in this match.
I love Powerhouse. I was a big fan.
I do too. I'm a huge fan. And I think this set the course for the evening. It set the course for maybe how things were going to go with baby faces kind of reigning supreme in a lot of these matches, as well as maybe a little bit of foreshadowing of what was in the future of the Death Riders. But I thought it wasn't a great night
for them.
No. Yeah, but we'll talk about it because I actually think it was, even though. But I thought this was a solid opening. I had fun during it.
Yeah, and it wasn't that long. I think it was the shortest match on the main card, if I'm not mistaken.
It was, yes.
Yeah, but again, much like the rest of the card. In this one, it was so short that it was we said this card didn't feel as long as it was. This didn't feel as short as it was, which is also a good thing most of the time anyway. But yeah, kind of like you said, it set the table for what was to come with the baby faces. Again, if you're listening to this, you probably watched it, so no spoilers really. But Faces had a good night. Death Riders didn't have the best night, and this kind of foreshadowed what was to come later on.
It sure did. And then after this, we went right into the men's casino gauntlet match.
This was a foregone conclusion.
This was a foregone conclusion. All the participants, though, we had Mark Briscoe, we had MJF, We had Ricochet, Bandito, Konosuke Takeshita, Mystico, Josh Alexander, Anthony Bowens, Roderick Strong, Brody King, Kota Ibushi. Oh my God, I can't talk enough about Brody King. I fucking love that guy. Kota Ibushi, the Beast Mortos, Max Caster, and really the surprise
Bo Dallas.
of the he looked exactly like Bo Dallas. I did want to mention that, but the returning Juice Robinson. Good to see Juice back, but he was clean shaven.
I genuinely thought it was Bo Dallas. I know it wasn't
exactly
Bo Dallas,
like Bo Dallas.
But like.
No, it was exactly like Bo Dallas.
It was almost like when Rollins fought Reigns at Royal Rumble and he came out with the Shield music. You just, for some reason, thought Dean Ambrose was coming out, even though you know that was not possible. It was like I was very sure that was Bo Dallas, even though I know there was no chance of it.
It was truly incredible how much he looked like Bo Dallas.
Oh my God!
Like it was amazing.
Shout
I couldn't believe
Juice, it. Though, I'm sure he was. How do you say this on the streams? God bless, considering who he's married to. I'm sure his recovery went pretty well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
God bless.
I'm sure he had a good time. I'm sure he had a good time. But I thought this gauntlet match. Yeah, and I thought this gauntlet match was very good. I thought it was fun. I do think it was a foregone conclusion that we all kind of knew.
But we always say that, especially on this show. Predictable is not bad at all in wrestling if it's done correctly and if it makes sense. It makes sense that MJF is the next in line. So even though we knew everybody and their grandmother picked him, it went fine and the match was good. There was a couple nice surprises, Juice again, and then it makes sense considering, especially what happened later on in the night, that he has the briefcase or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, and then I like the way that it happened too with, Mark Briscoe hits the J Driller on Roderick Strong. Mm-hmm. And it looks like Mark Briscoe is going to pull this thing out. And it's like, holy crap, Mark Briscoe is going to win. Mm-hmm. And MJF slides in. He throws him out, out of the ring. He hits a little lateral press and he pins Roderick Strong, which gives him the victory. So they can continue the Mark Briscoe stuff while we're kind of waiting for whenever MJF is going to, they don't really cash in, but when he's going to challenge for his title, I thought that was really good because I thought Mark Briscoe carried this match. Came in first, obviously, but he was in the action, in the middle of it throughout. Mark Briscoe was excellent in this match. But yeah, MJF gets the win like we all kind of thought he would. I thought that was a good time. So this is where things changed a bit. So we got a backstage promo of Stokely Hathaway talking about FTR being done with the Outrunners, and he said they're going to be on commentary tonight for the Triple Threat Tag match because they are next, basically. And then, I got almost emotional here, CJ. Adam Cole. So we had heard earlier in the night during the pre-show, the 0 hour, that Adam Cole was not medically cleared to wrestle, and he had to vacate the TNT title, and that the TNT title match was now a fatal four-way between Kyle Fletcher, who was originally challenging Adam Cole, Daniel Garcia, Dustin Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara. So we heard that earlier in the night. Adam Cole makes his way to the ring. He's with Roderick and Kyle O'Reilly. They're kind of outside and clearly emotional.
Adam Cole. And by the way, again, if you didn't watch it for some reason, but you're listening to this, if especially when you watch as much wrestling as we do, you can tell it wasn't fake emotion.
Yeah,
you can be like, something's going on here.
Yeah. So he gets on the mic and he apologizes and says that he was looking forward to wrestling in front of the crowd and wrestling on that show, but he's got some health concerns and he's going to have to go away and take care of them. And he talks about vacating the title and how heartbroken he is over it. And he's clearly emotional. He says at one point, he goes, I'm not in the right headspace to talk about retirement or anything like that. But he says that. And he just says that he wouldn't be here without the fans, and he loves the fans and he loves wrestling. It's all he wants to do. And he hopes that this isn't it, but he doesn't know. And it was very emotional. He was crying. You could see the tears of fans in the crowd as well. I was doing the watch along with Josh, and it really killed the vibe. And the vibe didn't really pick up until I would say the tag match after the 4-way for the TNT, because it really crushed the crowd. Because for everything we know, Adam Cole is one of the better or best guys in wrestling. Everybody loves him. Everybody talks about like how great a guy he is. He seems like a great guy. I've never heard a bad word from anybody when they talk about Adam Cole. And just from a wrestling standpoint, when he was in I'm going to be honest, when he was in WWE and he was in the Undisputed Era, he was one of my top guys in the whole company. I fucking loved him. I always have, but like that way, he was like, he's that caliber of wrestler too. Like he's a great, one of the best.
Sure.
And we find out after the show in the coming days, before we're recording this, that it's a concussion.
And he's had a history of that.
That's at least the third one he's had since going to AEW.
And concussions, as we know, big sports fans and stuff, those don't always go diagnosed. So you have to make sure it's his third diagnosed concussion. God knows how many he's actually had.
Yeah. And what we know about concussions now compared to what we did a long time ago, I'm hoping this is not the case, but it obviously had that feeling that he might have known that could have been it.
Yeah. I have a concussion. I'll be back in 3 weeks. It wasn't one of those things.
No, it was like when obviously he was clearly emotional. You could literally see it on his face. But when you mention that and you say, hey, I'm not in the right headspace to talk about retirement, that means you've been thinking about retirement.
Especially wrestlers in general, and wrestlers that have been, when you say wrestler, you think of a guy like Adam Cole, Roger Strong, AJ Styles. So if he's even saying that word out loud, the doctor kind of might have said, you might really want to the doctor, unless you have a death-defying injury, they're not going to tell you have to stop. But they probably said, hey, Adam, you might really want to sit down with your girl, your family, and just really think about it.
Yeah. So obviously, the best wishes go out to Adam Cole from here and obviously everyone in the wrestling community. Like, again, one of the most well-loved individuals in pro wrestling.
Fucking weirdos, of course.
Of course. Always.
This wouldn't have happened in WWE, the much saver. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Edge didn't have to retire for 10 years, and Danny Bryan.
Yeah, or Daniel Bryan or Christian or any of those. Yeah.
Someone didn't die during a WWE pay-per-view either. That didn't happen.
Yeah. So it's just, it is what it is. But obviously we wish the best for Adam Cole. Hopefully this is not it.
Hopefully we do see him.
But we do get to see him, but obviously health is first and foremost.
Like we said, we know way more about concussions now, so it's scary, but we also are way more advanced in medicine. We've seen guys like Daniel Bryan and Edge and all the guys we just mentioned all come back.
Yeah.
So even if he has to go away for a year or two, he's not, 55 years old. And
he's relatively young. So,
and guys are fighting until they're 55 now. We're going to talk about a 59-year-old man wrestling his longest match of his career last week.
Yeah.
But so even if he has to take a couple years off, if he can come back, of course, it's always would be a great thing.
Yeah, for sure. And then I kind of felt bad because going into this, all of us thought that this was Kyle Fletcher's time, and Kyle Fletcher was going to beat Adam Cole for that title.
Do you think differently now, considering who won?
No, I actually think
I do. I feel different.
Okay, so we'll talk about this because I understand why they did this,
right?
But I still think it was stupid as fuck.
Okay.
So,
it was a cool moment though, even if you don't agree with it. It was cool.
That's fine. That's
no,
fine.
You can. Yeah, I agree with you, but I'm just saying it was cool. Still, in my head, I'm like, this is fucking dumb, but it was still I was still happy for him.
Yeah. So we had the 4-way, and I felt bad for these guys because it was a pretty decent match.
Oh yeah,
but the crowd was just not
interested.
The crowd was just not. And I think that's part of the reason why they made the decision of what they did, because they were like,
uplift it, kind of.
We want to, Kyle. I think everyone knows that Fletcher is a guy for them, and they know that. But they were probably like, hey, we want your moment to be an actual moment, and this is not going to be a moment here now. So I get it. I still would have just done it because I think him winning would have gotten a crowd reaction because Kyle Fletcher is a bad guy, but he's also a bad guy he's one of those bad guys that everyone knows is great.
Yeah.
So it's like I still think the crowd would have popped.
Like Adam Cole when he was in the Undisputed Era.
Yes, or MJ. Like it's just one of
MJF.
those bad guys where like he's a bad guy, so we boo him because he's a bad guy, but we know he's really fucking good. You know,
it's almost like what Naomi did at Evolution, which we'll talk about, but exactly 100%. Like that.
Yeah, but Dustin Rhodes, of all people, I'm going to be honest with you. If you would have had me rank who I thought was going to win this Fatal 4, he would have been dead last. CJ,
probably me too.
Dead last. And Dustin Rhodes,
it doesn't make a fucking lick of sense to me, but I did enjoy it.
And that's it for me. Like even in the circumstance, like I understand it.
You can still,
which is why I'm not angry or anything like that. I'm not like, what the hell was that? Like even in the moment, I was like, what? I was like, okay, what? That makes no sense. But like, I get it. But to me, I still would have put it on Fletcher.
Yeah.
Just because I feel like that was his moment. And like, I understand circumstances are different, but the circumstances shouldn't take away from him getting what he was probably going to get. You know what I mean?
I know.
And honestly, God bless Dustin Rhodes. I don't think in 2025 he needs to have 3 titles. I just don't think
he doesn't need 1.
So to put a 3rd title on him, to me, like I would have rather, if you were going to switch it up, I would have rather they gave it to Guevara, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Because then you can do Samuel Guevara and Kyle Fletcher. Good guy. Like I feel like that'd be a banger. 20-minute good guy versus bad guy. If you were going to do something, again, it was a great moment. It's Texas. It's Dustin's first singles title in AEW. He was emotional as well. You could see it meant a lot to him. And listen, I'm 40 years old. Dustin Rhodes has been in my wrestling life my whole life. Like he has been wrestling since the day I started watching wrestling. He was around, and he's been around. Right. So
it's 5 decades. I think he had his first match in like 87.
Yeah. Well, they said he signed a 6-year contract.
Yeah. Extension. So if he wrestles in 2030, he'll be the first ever person to wrestle in 6 decades.
Yes. So the contract is not just a wrestler. It's like backstage. It's a whole bunch of shit. But if he wrestles, which I'm sure part of the contract is he will
100% have 1 match in 2030.
Yeah. Even if he's in a battle royal, who gives a fuck? Just throw him in something. Multi-man, who cares? Yeah. But yes, he will be the only wrestler to ever wrestle in 6.
And I don't know if that's
decades. That's crazy. But all in all, I thought the match was solid. The crowd was obviously not alive for it, sadly. But, you know, and looking back on it a few days removed, like, again, I completely understand why they did it. I just thought from a storyline perspective, I'm like, that makes no sense. Just no sense whatsoever.
No, it didn't.
And that's where I was kind of like, nah, right. But anyway. And then I think this is the match where the crowd really got back in it and they were kind of just in it the rest of the way. It was Swerve and Will Ospreay against the Young Bucks. The stipulations were if the Young Bucks lost, they were no longer EVPs. But if Swerve and Will Ospreay lost, they could not challenge for the AEW World Championship for 1 calendar year. By God, CJ, they're one of the best damn tag matches I've ever seen.
Was this your match of the night? Because it was mine.
It was my match. The main event, not for like in-ring work, because
it was kind of like the Cody Roman 2.
Oh, aspects. The main event, the story of it was probably the best moment of the night, but match-wise, this was fucking incredible. This was incredible.
It was so good.
Oh my God.
It's really it's weird because matches that are 5 or 6 stars, whatever you want to rate it, if you're a rating guy or girl, these are matches like you can't even really talk about. What are you going to talk about? It was just that fucking insane. Like
it's we could talk about the spots here, but there were so many of them.
I got a question for you.
Yeah,
this match or Bucks versus Hangman and Kenny from Revolution.
I think the story for the Hangman and Kenny one was better.
It was, but this is a better.
But I think this is a better match. But I actually think that the 2 out of 3 falls that the Bucks had with the Lucha Brothers is the best tag team match in the history.
Okay.
I think that's the best one. And then I would put
the Lucha Bros are my favorite tag team of all time.
Yeah, and I would put these 2 matches like right in that.
I think if you have those 3, your top 3 in any order, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
If you told me that's number 1 or this was number 1 or Hangman Kenny was number 1, I'm not gonna be like, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
agree.
disagree. But this was
incredible.
This might be match of the year so far in any company.
It was up there. It was very much up there. It is one of the better tag matches you will ever see. Sure. Just tremendous stuff. The Young Bucks continue, and I know not everybody are Young Bucks guys. That's fine.
Well, you either have like a tattoo of them, or you hope they die. Like there's really one between a lot of people.
And I'm somewhere in the middle between those. However, I'm not gonna. They are one of. Yeah, they are one of, if not the best tag team of the last 10 to 15 years. They are easily one of them. I think they're the best. I think they're the best. But I mean,
again, I don't think you can like yell at someone for saying if they're first or third. I don't think you can.
But just people shit on those guys so much
because
all
they're
the time.
Pompous assholes.
Yes,
that's
fair.
Why.
That's fair.
They always have. I'm a big shoe guy too. They always have the new shoes too. They always have. They're annoying, like, but that's what they're like supposed to do.
But so people hate on them and people talk shit, but then they go out all the time and they do this shit, and you're sitting there going, "Tell me that they're bad." Like honestly, sit there and tell me that they're overrated and not a good. Like, what the fuck are you watching?
There's some matches and some teams and some wrestlers that you can. It's almost like, okay, if you don't like Whitney Houston or Adele. You don't like that type of music. You have to admit they have a good singing voice.
Of course.
I don't be like, I fucking hate the Bucks, whatever. But like, you can be like, that match was fucking ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Like you're just wrong. It's almost not even an opinion. It's like you're just an idiot.
Yeah. Like I feel like people that come from that angle, I'm like, that's not real. You don't really believe that. Like you're just doing that so people will come at you for it. Like
it's usually the people with like the Alexa Bliss profile pictures or those type of people that are saying
not. Things. It's just like fucking A, dude. Listen, there are too many spots in this match to talk about them all.
You can't even talk about them.
But man, and I loved at the end the house call hidden blade combo, like the total elimination. They both came from the corners and hit him simultaneously. It was perfectly landed. I picked the Bucks. I think you did too. Did we both pick the Bucks coming into this?
Because we talked about All In next year's later than this, so we thought maybe there was going to be a weird thing where Swerve challenged Hangman technically at All In next year because it's 2 days after the 365 day mark, something like that. That's why we picked the Bucks. But
Swerve and Ospreay get the win, so the Young Bucks are stripped of their AEW EVP status. So we'll have to see what happens tonight on Dynamite. Yeah, because they're not in charge no more. So now, does it make me think that they're going to get their comeuppance by everybody? Like everyone's just going to be fucking with them and shitting on them the whole time?
I got a question. Again, we have a lot to talk about, so we won't spend too much time on it. But a lot of people like to talk about, the guys that go from the guys and girls that go from AEW, WWE, WWE to AEW. Is Swerve the biggest quote unquote fumble, as the kids say?
In WWE?
That like WWE, like what the fuck were you doing? Just look at this guy now.
Yeah. I mean, we all knew he was that guy when he was there. Hit Row.
But here, we knew it, but we didn't see it at this level. You know what I mean? We all knew
he's at a different level now.
But like, what the fuck did you do?
Dude, the guy had everything. Well, listen, there was a previous regime.
Fair.
It's a previous regime.
Fair. And there's a lot of quips with Mr. Levesque.
For sure.
But compared to the last, you could give. He's a guy that I would maybe give him the benefit of the doubt with.
Triple H,
he was much better in NXT than he was in the
I was going to say, Triple H was the guy who presented him as the leader of Hit Row. He had a whole group. They let him rap his song. He was doing rap concerts. They had vignettes when he was in the recording studio. They were doing dope ass shit with him.
Yeah,
and Hit Row.
I forgot he never got a chance.
And then he never got to the main roster because Vince doesn't want. I mean. And I know people will say the same about Triple H, trust me, because of his booking and stuff like that. I get, but
you can say what you want about Triple H, but let's relax. Like it's fucking night and day between him.
Because Vince saw, what is he? Oh, he's a rapper. Nobody cares about because in Vince's world, as 80-year-old psychopath, that doesn't resonate with him, so it's not going to resonate for him. Yeah, I tried to. Yeah. But
we're talking about strictly booking.
Yeah, I'm talking from a booking perspective. They had this guy who could change the demographic of people who watch the show. No weaknesses, top of the company guy, good at everything. That's bread and butter. That is made for you. And the old man went, oh, it's a rapper? Like a rapping gimmick? Like, that's not going to work. Get rid of it. And they released him. Kept everybody, or brought everyone else back and kept everybody except him. And it was like, okay, well, that makes, and the second they released him, it was one of those ones where it was like, what? Everyone was like, huh?
Like you mentioned, me and some other, including Josh, we're not like the biggest AEW. You watch AEW way more than we do. But he is one of the two things here. He's one of the people I will go out to watch at least a segment on YouTube or Twitter or whatever of him and MJ. Oh, at least MJF a couple of years ago anyway. I will make what's Swerved. I will go watch. I don't give a fuck what else is going on. And then also, you knew the second you got the All Elite graphic, as they used to do, especially it was a bigger deal back then. When you're like, yep, that's gonna do something. That's gonna do it. Yep. You already had in your head. He's fighting Omega. He's fighting Hangman. He's fighting MJF. He's fighting Bryan. He's fighting Moxley. You knew it. You fucking knew it right away. Right the fuck away.
Yeah. Yeah. He is. He's as can't miss as there is.
No.
And I mean, look at it. Will Ospreay is no slouch either.
No. But he never was.
Swerve's a different. Yeah, Swerve's a different. Yeah, I don't know. It's just. Yeah, I don't get it.
It's just. I don't know. Yeah, and he has no like off camera like issues like that.
No issues.
Nothing.
No, just a good.
What's like the worst thing you could say? Like you don't like his music.
Yeah, you don't like.
What's the worst thing you could say?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, no off the court problems or anything like he's just a straight laced good dude.
Everybody
look at, and he goes to all these. He goes to all these like hip hop shows and award shows.
I went to a Rolling Loud. He had a guest appearance at.
Yeah, so he does all these red carpets. He brings awareness to AEW, and like I said, like. He brings a whole new demographic to people that are going to watch your show.
But like we said, when the new look at Triple H, how much stuff have they done with Travis Scott, Metro Boomin, all the? Remember we had that one episode. I named all the rappers doing. Josh was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah.
But imagine him integrating with that stuff now. If he was this big of a star too.
Oh yeah, he would be the guy that probably
he would have all the segments with him or whatever.
Yeah. So
just
I don't know.
Fucking brain dead.
Yeah, it is.
But hey, I'm not mad about what's he doing when they do.
No.
So
then it was time for the ladies to have their gauntlet match. This was a fun one too.
Unlike the men, just no idea who was going to win this.
Exactly. So Chris Statlander, Megan Bayne were the first two. We had Willow Nightingale. We had Ty Mello. We had Tekla, Julia Hart, Queen Amanada, Mina Shirakawa, Athena, Thunder Rosa, and the big there were a couple surprises back to back here, but the big one was Shuri. She made her presence felt. She was the 11th entrant, and then Alex Windsor, who we saw the last like 3 or 4 weeks they've been doing vignettes for. She debuted as well. And Athena ended up getting the victory. She hit the O face on Mina Shirakawa. So now she has a future AEW Women's World Championship match. I did not pick Athena because of the way they have booked Athena as Ring of Honor champion. She just hasn't been on AEW a ton. Right. So I was like, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. Well, guess what? I saw it, CJ. They had her win, and I was afraid that this was going to foreshadow something a little later, but we'll talk about it.
First thing I was going to say.
But we'll talk about it when we get there.
I thought that spoiled the women's title match.
Yep. But this was a fun gauntlet. I actually preferred the women's to the men's. And I thought Athena winning was awesome. I thought it was awesome. I thought everybody wanted it. She was a little bit emotional as well. I thought this was just a great, fun gauntlet match. I liked the debuts and the new people. And I think Athena winning was a surprise to me. I know a lot of people picked her. It was a surprise to me, but it was one that I was very happy to see. I very much enjoyed this.
Of all the names you named, I would say there's about 8 people I would have been like, yep, okay, sure, that they won. I'd be like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I thought it foreshadowed the other women's match on this card later on. It didn't, obviously. Spoiler alert. But yeah, Athena in a less because they have not booked her great all the time. But she's like a poor man's Swerve in the sense that we just talked about. Not like talent wise, a poor man's Swerve, but I mean of like what the fuck was she doing on the main roster in WWE compared to what she's doing now.
Yeah. 1000%.
And if she beats, again, spoiler alert, Toni Storm for that title, I will have no fucking problem with it.
Yep.
If she beat Mercedes for the title, I have no fucking problem with it.
Yep.
I would have liked like a Willow or someone to win, but again, I'm not. Oh fuck, I'm pissed off now.
Yeah,
like,
I picked Willow. That Willow was my pick. So.
I'm not like pissed off that Athena won. I didn't like kick my fucking chair.
Yeah.
I would have been fine if she won. Willow, Chris, even. I love Queen Amanada personally.
Mm-hmm.
But so I don't. No problem with it. And that's gonna be a fucking banger match too, by the way.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. Then it was triple threat for the tag titles time. FTR and Stokely are at commentary, sitting right next to Tony Schiavone, who was
Stokely should be on commentary for every show for the rest of AEW history.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
Incredible stuff. I love Tony Schiavone just being so disgusted and then sitting right next to him, and he's just like, get me the fuck out of here, dude. Like, Tony wanted nothing to do with it. I loved it. It was hilarious to me. But it was Jet Speed and the Patriarchy challenging the champions, the Hurt Syndicate. This was a quick match, not the quickest match on the show, but it was a quicker match.
It was about what happened after.
Yeah, 100%. And the Hurt Syndicate. Okay, so throughout there were times where it looked like the Hurt Syndicate might get beaten by them not even getting pinned, but blah blah blah. But at the end of the day,
they heavily teased they don't need to lose the match to lose the titles.
Correct. But at the end of the day, Christian they were on the outside, and Christian ended up getting thrown into FTR, which got them kind of up and pissed off. And while this was all happening, chaos, Bobby Lashley hit a spear on the inside, and he got the pinfall victory. Hurt Syndicate retains their titles. Now, after the match, though, they're pissed about the Christian thing. So FTR gets in the ring, and they confront the Patriarchy. Christian was backing down. Christian was like, nope, don't want anything to do with it. He's trying to get them out of the ring, but we see Nick Wayne grab his father.
Ungrateful
this
bastard.
Ungrateful little brat. Nick Wayne grabs his father, Christian, and hits the unprettier. Now, I loved FTR's reaction because they're like, they're like all shocked and stuff like that.
They did like the over the top like cartoon.
Yeah,
like whoa,
man,
whoa.
But then they start encouraging him, and they're like, yeah, do more. And they get the chairs. They're trying to set up a concerto, and then we hear, you think you know me, and it's the return of Adam Copeland. He has Spike.
We have to talk about. He did the Jeff Hardy.
He did.
Where he ran around, pumped the crowd up, twerked his ass, and his friend's going to get beheaded.
I literally was talking to Joe. Obviously, I was doing the watch along. I said, they could have given Christian 10 concertos by now. They could have
murdered his...
He could be dead in that ring.
He's dead in the ring.
Because this guy had to run. Go get your friend.
Do the little pump up. They always do the smoke. He does the, he runs
Come
to
on,
one
man.
side.
Do that shit after. Do that after.
Do it with Christian after.
Your music's hitting because you're going to save somebody. You don't have time to be fucking dancing. Anyway.
That's a fucking piece of shit. There's a lot of Nick Wayne, piece of shit child. Yeah. Edge, excuse me. Adam Copeland. Yeah, that's on me. Piece of shit friend. Christian has a horrible support system.
Well, I mean, he kind of deserves it. He kind of deserves it for the way he acts sometimes. I love Christian. So
I love the turtleneck still, by the way.
Adam Copeland. Oh my God. Adam Copeland runs down the ring. He takes out Nick on the way to the ring. He clears the ring. Christian is getting to his feet. He stares Christian down, and Christian doesn't know what to think. And obviously, that kind of a throwback to the big promo with Christian and Adam Copeland when he first got there, where Christian told him, "Go fuck yourself." Edge grabs a mic. I call him Edge. Adam Copeland grabs a mic.
Son of a bitch.
He leans in, and he just says, "Go find yourself." And I fucking loved it.
It was wonderful.
I loved it. And I was
100% sure he was going to say, "Go fuck yourself."
I thought he was too, but he said, "Go find yourself." And I think that that's perfect because that kind of leaves it on Christian, man. Hey, I came out. I saved your ass. That shows you that I still love you, even though you're a piece of shit. But I've known you since
20 minutes before.
Yeah. But I've known you my whole life. I know you're not this guy. Go fucking find yourself so we can get these fuckers.
Although, is Adam Copeland a little... I don't know the word, but Christian might actually be that guy. That actually might be Christian. by the way. That he
Yeah.
might just be a vindictive piece of shit. That
He could
actually,
be.
he has been that for quite a while, and multiple companies, 3
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
But
we all know where that's gonna lead, so that'll be good
oh
when it
yeah,
happens,
oh yeah,
obviously.
it'll be very good. It'll be very good. I wonder what we'll see tonight on Dynamite, if anything.
Yeah, we might get something on it.
But it looks like we are officially on the road, and I'm gonna call him by his wrong name because guess what, guys? They're fucking Edge and Christian. All right, that's what they are.
Yeah, they're
I'm not
Adam
calling them
Cage.
Copeland or Cope or Clip.
Copeland
They are
and Cage.
Edge and Christian. All right, that is what I am referring to them.
I
as.
need them to do the flash photography thing and the
Oh,
big
they
ads and
better.
everything.
They
I
better.
will lose my fucking mind if they don't.
But it looks like we are on the fast track now to them reforming and becoming one last run. I assume they're going to get the. I would expect that FTR gets those tag titles from the Hurt Syndicate, and then Edge and Christian take it from FTR, and that's probably. You want to tell me that Wrestle Dream a couple pay-per-views from now, it's Edge and Christian versus FTR for the tag titles? Sign me the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me tell you. Because now it was Women's World Championship time. And this match fucking humped, man.
Mm-hmm.
This match was good. Mercedes Moné, Toni Storm. I picked Toni. You picked Mercedes.
Mm-hmm.
The Athena thing made me very nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was like, well, obviously they're
confident.
going to fucking do Mercedes and Athena again. God damn it. My pick's going to be wrong, even though I would have been perfectly okay with any scenario here.
We're selfish here. We only care about our own picks. We don't give a fuck.
I do.
About this card.
And I was very happy when we got towards the end of this match, and I was like, Tony's fucking retaining. And Toni did. This was an excellent match. Excellent match. These two, very good, back and forth, vicious. They were laying some shit in, which was nice. Mercedes is just in her bag, man. She's just in her bag. And Toni's one of the best in the world. It's just, come on, man. And Toni wins it with an avalanche Storm Zero. She hit a Storm Zero earlier in the match. Mercedes kicked out. Obviously, Mercedes put Toni in the, what does she call it? She doesn't call it the statement maker. She doesn't call it the bank statement anymore. No, but it's the statement maker. And Toni found the ropes one time. She broke out of it another time. She hit at one point. Toni hit Mercedes with 3 straight. She rolled through and did 3 straight Storm Zeros that Mercedes kicked out. Mm-hmm. And when that happened, I was like, well, Mercedes is fucking winning. Clearly.
Yeah, there was no way.
She's rolling out of 3 Storm Zeros, but nonetheless, it took an avalanche one. And Toni Storm not only retained the AEW Women's World Championship, but she ended the undefeated singles streak of Mercedes Moné. And I think what we talked about last week, or at least what I talked about, I think we are going to start to see the unraveling and the demise of Mercedes. I would not be shocked if she is titleless by the end of the year. Or going into, double or not, like whatever. But I think over the span of the next, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is, we are going to see her lose all those belts. And she's going to have to build herself back up to that world title. Whether Toni will have it or it'll be Athena at that point, who knows? But I loved this match. If that tag match earlier in the night was not as good, this probably would have been my match of the night. I love this. I love this match.
I think there's a way to go where Mercedes goes on unraveling, and then she, like we just talked about Christian, what Adam told him, finds herself. Mm-hmm. And then we get a flip of Athena, then goes the heel route of, you guys all doubted me. Toni doesn't put me on AEW. He keeps me in ROH, and that's the minor leagues. Like she starts bashing ROH type of thing. Yep. And then we get a heel Athena losing the title to a face Mercedes early night. Was it Revolution? Whatever, January. I
would say, Revolution is the February pay-per-view usually. Like that's what I would do. And I know we talked about it last week, but I think that's what you do here is Mercedes. That loss on Saturday was the first dent in her armor. And that's going to take a hit at her mentally. She starts to go into a downward spiral. She gets vulnerable. And then I do think you can build her back up slowly as a babyface. And by the time she does win that belt, the crowd is like ready for her to win that belt.
The crowd's already kind of begging to root for her.
Yeah. And I think that's
who the
a
fuck
very
doesn't love Mercedes Moné?
well, there are a lot of people that don't.
Well, people that don't have a fucking brain cell in their head, but
Yeah. But there are a lot of people that don't, sadly. But yes, but
dumbasses.
this was good stuff, man.
Great
This
match.
was good stuff.
I agree. It would have been either this or Mox and Hangman, just because of the story of Hangman and Mox. But if the tag team match didn't happen, it would have minimum been second for me.
Yeah, I agree.
That's another one that's like, how much great, like, two of the top 5 women in the world right now, probably top 5 to 7 wrestlers in the world, regardless of gender. This match couldn't have been bad, I don't think.
No, I 100%. I don't think it could have. And then we got to the rematch that everybody was waiting for. Kazuchika Okada, the Continental Champion.
Oh, you're talking about, sorry.
And Kenny Omega, the International Champion, fighting for the crowning of the AEW Unified Championship. I got this one dead wrong, man.
JPJ, I was nervous the first couple minutes. Do you remember? Like, they were off in the first couple minutes, JPJ.
Do you think it might have been on purpose?
Yeah, with these two, they're so fucking like psychologically ridiculous in the ring that you think. And Kenny's a little son of a bitch, so he would probably want to do some shit like that. You could absolutely see Kenny sitting there writing the match, or not literally writing, but talking over the match with Okada, saying, "Hey, let's fuck with them." Like, you could 100% see Kenny doing that.
Yeah.
But I was it like it could have been that, obviously, or a nervous thing of they know how good the first matches were, that they like wanted to build this up to, potentially beat. I mean, obviously, I don't think it's possible for them to beat the first one, but like in their head they wanted to, so they were just so nervous, and they were like, "All right, we're the 2 best wrestlers in the fucking world. Let's just fucking do what we do." And about 5 to 6 minutes in, it was fucking cook show from there, obviously.
Yeah, it was really good. Look, and it wasn't one of the 45 to an hour long matches that
32 minutes, I think, right?
But yeah, it was about a little over 30 minutes. It was really, really good. Once it picked up, it was really, really good. And the way that it ended, I think it sets up a rematch.
Yes, I was going to say they have to do it again, right?
Yeah.
And what's the series now? 2-2-1, no?
It's it was 2-1. It was 2-1-1 Kenny.
Yeah, so I mean, there's
now
no
it's
shot
2-2-1.
Don't do it one more time.
Yeah. You picked Okada?
Yeah, I did.
Because I picked Kenny. I just thought Kenny was going to win.
I picked Okada because I thought they were going to do another one, because I thought it was 2-1-1 Kenny. Yeah. So I think, do you think they end it where it started with a 60-minute?
I feel like the rematch will outdo this one.
Yeah, but I mean, like where their rivalry started in the 60-minute time limit thing. Do you think that's where the last minute goes? It goes 60 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I'm not pissed off about that. But.
No, but Okada wins.
These, again, like we said about Mercedes and Tony, though. Sorry to interrupt, but these two, I don't think it's genuinely possible for them to have a bad match together.
Agreed.
It might not be 6 stars like the first 1 or 2 were, but they bottom out at 4.5 probably.
Yeah. All right. I mean, this match was very good. This match was very, very good. Don Callis got involved. He was on commentary the whole time. At one point, he got in there, pulled Bryce Remsburg out of the ring when it looked like Kenny was going to win because he hit the one-winged angel. So that was a nice touch. Kota Ibushi came down at one point to kind of even up the odds a little bit. And then Aubrey Edwards had the big ref spot where she was running down the apron. She did the Charles Robinson. It was really, really good. It was really, really good.
Real quick on Aubrey, she's very dramatic with her things.
Yeah, but
people
can
shut the fuck up about that. Like, that's her fucking thing. Just be quiet.
Yeah, come on.
No, when Charles Robinson dies every time he's on screen, no one has a problem with that.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, I don't get it. People are just weird.
Oh, they just want to complain.
They're just weird. And then it was time. Hangman Adam Page, Jon Moxley, Texas Death.
The reign of terror is over, as they like to say.
For the AEW, World Championship. And we knew right away, because about 3 minutes into this match, one of the more disgusting things I've ever seen with the
stabbing his
fork.
forehead, yeah.
And you could see the blood
You could
happening.
see,
You could see it.
you could see the cuts happening. You
could see the holes in his head. And I was like, this is I was like, this is gonna be fucking gross. Like this whole match is gonna be fucking gross.
And I'm kind of fast forwarding a little bit here, but we'll get back. They did a great job of everybody knew Hangman was gonna win. They did a good job of like Hangman's allies getting the fuck out of there quicker. You're like, hold on a minute, are they really gonna? When the Bucks popped up behind Paige to do the double super kick, I sat up. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I really thought there was a chance of it. Which is great in matches that you think you know the outcome, that they can get you for a couple minutes. I love that.
Oh yeah. We saw barbed wire all over the place here. Hangman getting barbed wire on his forehead, getting cut open. We saw a chair wrapped with barbed wire. We saw a bed of nails at one point. It was gnarly. I'll tell you what, the glass where he just dragged Hangman through the glass.
You think it was real glass?
I do.
Yeah.
But the way he just dragged, and you could see the cuts on Hangman's back,
could see a lot of
forming. I was like,
actually happening tonight.
I was like, God,
but that night,
just dragging him through the glass. I was like, that is fucking gross, man.
And like
and then he gave the pile driver, like that stump pile driver onto the glass. Oh man. Then they were going back and forth, and then they do the power bomb spot where he sets up the two chairs. Moxley sets up the two chairs so where you sit down are touching. Hangman turns it around so the corners of the chairs are like this, and he power bombs Moxley from the top rope, and Moxley's shoulder. Oh man, it looked gnarly. You know who I think was one of the MVPs of this match was Marina Shafir.
Marina, yeah.
Ruled. She was so fucking good in this match. And she's been really, I'm going to be honest, with this Death Rider stuff, I feel like she's gained the most out of anybody. Because I feel like Mox kind of putting that much on her and like making her, every time Mox is there with Marina, he acts like Marina is very important to him. Like he whispers shit in his ear, like in her ear, like the way he treats her.
And I don't watch it every single week. I don't watch even Raw SmackDown every single week. But I go back and watch it. I don't watch it live. I mean, he kind of acts like like Roman used to do of Solo, where like he's like a little intimidated of her. Like, he knows not to fuck with her. Like,
this to me, and again, I was watching live at this time, but this is Triple H and China vibes. That's the vibe that I get here.
Yeah,
I get Triple H and China. Like Marina is his China. Like she'll fuck people up for him if she needs to, but he's like kind of like she'll
also fuck him up if he needs
exactly. That's what it is. Like, and I think that's how and when you bring up Roman and Solo, I understand that because Roman always kind of looked at Solo like even he was like, what the fuck is this guy gonna do?
He's a fucking
like he's
Solo
a wild card.
Jacob.
Exactly. And I think that's the vibes here, but I get major Triple H China vibes.
Now they say that.
Big time.
But you made you said you knew a couple minutes in once the fork things happened, this is gonna be a bloodbath. We should have knew before that when Hangman came out wearing all white.
And he had the old theme. He had the old theme. Oh,
he had the old theme. He had all white boot, white armband. He had white everything. You knew that shit was gonna be so pink by the end of the show.
Yeah. And once the new music hit, once the old theme hit, I was like, oh baby, I got the goosebumps. You know, The Rock, he does this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh baby. I was like, this is it. Once that music hit, I was like, it's definitely happening.
Any doubt, the 1% chance.
Yeah.
Of Moxley winning was just
I was just like, it's happening. At one point, we got Darby Allin showing up on the Titantron, cutting a promo from the top of Mount Everest.
He actually flew down from Mount Everest, and you didn't see him coming down. He was coming from Mount Everest.
Incredible. So he cuts a promo saying that Moxley took everything from him, but now it's his turn to take everything from Moxley. Moxley's kind of laughing it off. And then we see a guy in a blue Panther mask in the corner of the ring doing a very familiar hand gesture that we are used to. Mm-hmm. He hits a Busaiku. Yeah. He hits a Busaiku knee on John Moxley. He takes off the max. I called this. Bryan Danielson showed up here just as they were about to do the paper bag to Hangman, because the Bucks
Plastic bag.
had already, plastic. What did I say? Paper.
Yeah, paper.
The plastic bag, and we see Danielson show up, and then after that, Darby Allin comes from the rafters. I always get kind of nervous when anybody does that, but
I get nervous when Darby Allin does legitimately anything.
Yeah. So he comes propelling down. He lands, and then he ends up hitting a coffin drop to the outside.
This guy's been back for 15 seconds immediately. Fucking almost dies.
Yeah, just fucking doing crazy shit. So he does a coffin drop onto all the Death Riders on the outside, because at this point, Claudio, Gabe Kidd, Wheeler, Marina Shafir got fucking Death Valley driven through a table by Hangman from the apron to the outside. So she's incapacitated for the time being.
Handcuffed, by the way.
And then, yes, that happened. Moxley at one point goes, you know what? He wants to see the title. Go get the fucking briefcase. And he yells at Marina to go get the briefcase. Then Marina goes to get the briefcase, and she's handcuffed. And then we see Prince Nana celebrating, doing the dance, because he's the one that handcuffed her.
And by the way, he said, "You fucking bitch." You could hear him. You could see.
Yeah,
his
he
mouth
said,
saying,
"You fucking bitch."
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. And then all of a sudden, on the other side near the entrance, Swerve Strickland shows up with the chain in hand. He takes out a couple guys on the outside, and Hangman is kind of on all fours, and he looks, and they make eye contact, and Swerve slowly walks, and he just gives the chain to Hangman.
And that's the meme of the year, by the way, so far.
Oh, looks like a genie. Looks like a genie.
I think it was Cameron, Seahawk.
Yeah, Seahawk. I love Seahawk.
He said something like, he had one of the funniest things. I have to find it, but it was the perfect description of what his face was. And again, if you're watching this, you've seen it.
And so Hangman grabs the chain, hits Mox in the head a few times with the chain, wraps it around Mox's neck, and he throws him over the rope, and he hangs Mox. And Moxley taps out. And Hangman wins. And this was so symbolic because that chain is so synonymous to Hangman and Swerve.
Their story.
And how their story, and that's how Swerve beat Hangman, was with the chain hanging him like that. That's how, and the fact that all went down that way is just an incredible piece of storytelling. Just an incredible piece of storytelling. Hangman Adam Page is your new AEW World Champion. After the match, he opens the briefcase and he lifts the AEW World Championship. First time any of us have seen that since October. It still had Bryan Danielson's side plates on it, which I think was a wonderful touch.
It was.
That was a wonderful touch because it showed that Moxley literally didn't touch it, like he didn't care.
I fully believe he didn't even know where the title was, like in real life.
Yeah. Incredible little small thing there that I think goes a long way. But he lifts up the world title. He's crying. I think we were all crying a little bit. Hangman Adam Page, the new AEW World Champion. Goddamn. What a show. What a show.
Yeah, it was a lot of just chaos, which is in the best way. By the way, I found it. He said it was a quote on the picture of Swerve, and he said, and this is exactly if you watch old Christmas movies, it's like the father that bought the kid the present that he kept telling the kid he wasn't gonna buy.
Yeah.
And then he looks over to him just like a proud father, like, I bought that game for you.
Yeah.
But no. Where do you think it goes right into the man who won the gauntlet? Or you think we get a little bit of stuff in between, and that's saved for a later date? What do you think?
I mean,
if you had the pen, as the kids say.
I'd probably go right into it.
Okay.
I mean, the only
thing September?
Forbidden Door is this month, August.
Okay. Oh, it's in August.
But again, I don't know if that's the thing, because Forbidden Door is usually...
They don't usually do AEW title versus AEW wrestler.
No. So that makes me think that maybe Hangman will be fighting other people.
Yeah.
And so maybe that would lead it to whatever the pay-per-view after that is. Okay. Wrestle Dream or whatever the next one would be after that. I don't know. But we'll see, because Hangman tonight, he's opening the show. He isn't a 6-man involving Mox on Dynamite tonight, but he is opening the show with his, not a celebration they're calling it, but talking about his win, and I would not be shocked if MJF interrupts.
No.
That would not shock me at all.
Forbidden Doors, August 24th. All Out is September 20th.
Oh, yeah, All Out. Yeah, so my guess would be MJF and Hangman.
Oh, by the way, we can confirm right now, breaking news on this show, it will be Edge and Christian beating FTR at All Out because it's in Canada.
Yes.
It's in
Toronto.
We have announced that. We have not waited for Tony Khan. We will just be announcing that ourselves.
I would assume that is where they're going to go there. All right, but that was All In. So now we're going to make our way over.
Overall, a great show, by the way.
Oh, my God, tremendous. And now we're going to talk about the last show of the evening.
Second best show of the weekend.
But in my opinion, the second best show of the weekend, an excellent show. And that was Evolution. First time in 7 years that Evolution was happening.
Better not be another 7, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And boy, oh boy, did it start off hot. Because it started off with the triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, which saw Becky Lynch retain by defeating both Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I guess we can why don't we just do that where we kind of lump in Raw?
Because did you see her troll people? Oh, amazing.
Well,
her outfit?
Oh, yeah. So, first of all, this triple threat match was spectacular.
Yep.
As we expect it to be. These three girls killed it.
Mm-hmm. And each other, by the way.
Oh, yeah. And they were all great in this match. I thought Bayley was going to pull this one out a lot towards the end. I was oh, shit, are they going to give this to Bayley?
Pam stands on this.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But Becky Lynch retains, and Becky Lynch retained with a beautiful backslide. So Bayley hits the rose plant on Lyra. It looks like Bayley's going to pull this thing out, and Becky slides into the ring, and she does like this rollover to where she caught Bayley in one motion and turned it into a backslide for a 1-2-3 to escape with retaining the title. Excellent match, excellent finish. And then on Raw, it was Lyra versus Bayley one-on-one with the winner getting the chance to go to SummerSlam to fight Becky for the title. And that match on Raw between Bayley and Lyra was incredible. Lyra Valkyria is fucking insane, man.
I think she's WWE's breakout star of the year, unless something happens in the second half of the year with somebody else. She almost has that like locked up. No?
Like oh my, talk about proving you belong.
Yeah.
Being thrown in a program with two all-timers like Becky Lynch and Bayley, and she's outperforming them in the ring, on the mic. And
even if you don't want to say outperforming, she's at the very least right up with them.
Yes, she's showing that she belongs with them. Just truly incredible. And Lyra did end up beating Bayley. So it will be Lyra and Becky one-on-one. Yes, they are tied 1-1. It will be Lyra and Becky one-on-one for the IC title at SummerSlam. I think Lyra wins it.
Is this where we get... Oh, you
think Bayley could go with Becky now?
Because we've talked about that at Backlash, I believe. We thought it was going to be that going into. Is this where we get that? Well, could it be after the match as well?
Yeah, I could see it happening now.
Bayley's like, all right, I got to switch something. I keep losing. I'm just stuck in this fucking middle ground type of thing.
Yeah, I could see it happening now for sure.
Two-woman power trip type of thing.
Yeah.
Those two running shit could be pretty fun, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This was really good. This was just really, really good. Yep. And then it went into the NXT Women's Championship. I'm going to tell you this right now.
God bless, by the way.
Yes. This match was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I did not think it was going to be great. I'm going to be honest with you.
But it was.
I thought this was going to be the worst match on the card by a mile.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was. I thought it was a pretty damn good match.
Even if it was, it wasn't because it was bad. It was just because everything else was great.
It was JC Jane defending against Jordan Grace. And
did you watch the pre-show, by any chance? They foreshadowed this ending.
Well, I was going to say, So
I didn't like that.
At Great American Bash, this is going to be weird because we're going to kind of jump around. At Great American Bash,
the night before,
Jordan Grace, which was the afternoon before, Jordan Grace teamed up with Blake Monroe, the former Mariah May, in her debut match against JC Jane and Fallon Henley. Because Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe have become friends over the last few weeks. And Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace won. And everything was hunky-dory. Everything was fun. The challenger for the title got a big win. Blake Monroe got a win in her debut. What we expect. Before this, during the pre-show, they announce, or they show a backstage segment where Jordan goes up to Blake and she says, hey, I know those Fatal Influence girls are going to be in the corner of JC. I want you to be in my corner. Now, and Blake Monroe says, no. This is your moment. I don't want it. And Jordan goes, nope, I want you out there. It would mean a lot to me if you were out there. And the second they said that, I said, Blake's turning, baby.
I didn't like. That's the only thing I didn't like. But again, if it makes sense and done right, it's okay. And it was pretty fine. It was fine. The match and again, the ending was whatever.
I thought the match was good. We thought we saw the Fatal Influence girls try to get involved. Blake Monroe actually takes them out.
Which is also good because I think they're going to, like, she's not friends with them. She's just against Jordan.
Correct. So what they were doing is at one point they went to get the title and they were going to give the title to JC Jane so she could hit Jordan Grace with it. Blake Monroe goes over there and grabs the title from them and kind of, shoos them off or gets them out of the picture. And Jordan Grace, so it looks like, Blake is protecting Jordan. She's preventing them from cheating and hitting Jordan with the belt. But in reality, Jordan Grace then comes towards Blake Monroe to go off the ropes, and Blake Monroe hits Jordan Grace with the title. And then that goes right into what is it? JC Jane. Jesus Christ. Hitting her finisher and getting the victory on Jordan Grace to retain. I thought that this was actually pretty good. Jordan Grace did get a real bump on her nose, and there was a turnbuckle spot that didn't go the way it was supposed to go, and she kind of got a face full of it and was bleeding a little bit. But yeah, no, I thought this was, like we said, a lot better than I thought, and I had kind of known that sooner or later Blake Monroe was going to turn on Jordan. I thought it might have been after she won the title,
needs to be,
but she's a heel. And my buddy Pluggo from the Between Two Beards podcast on our show last week, he was like, did you notice that when Blake Monroe talked, she said, I'm going to be the next.
The next, she didn't say,
She didn't say, I'm going to be. She said, I'm going to be
want to take it from JC.
The next. And I think that I was like, all right. Now I remember that. So, but
sorry, go ahead.
No,
we'll get into the next match in a second, but did you see the digital exclusive with Jordan after the match?
No.
She's running through the backstage. She just looks at it again. Where is that fucking bitch?
Did she say that? They bleep it up?
But she said, where is that bitch? And then Jordan is a funny ass person in general.
Oh, yeah.
Her mad is like very funny and like, oh shit, she's going to fuck that bitch up type of way. At the start, it was funny, but that'll be a good match too when that happens.
Oh yeah. And then after that, it was Fatal 4-Way time. Women's tag team titles on the line. The champions, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, versus the Kabuki Warriors, versus Sol Ruca and Zarya, versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. One of the standout matches of the night for me. I thought this was fun. I'm going to tell you what. Charlotte, the reaction that she got in that ring when she got that hot tag, overwhelmingly positive.
Well, this is another one of those things that we always fucking say of the online internet wrestling community is not the people that actually show up and pay and watch the fucking program.
Yeah. Because
online you see she's Hulk Hogan, as they say with they say any woman that wants to win a match is Hulk Hogan. Now it's female Hulk Hogan. She's only there because her last name's Flair. She's overrated. She's Hulk Hogan. She sucks in the ring. She's ugly. She's this. She's that. The actual women's wrestling fans, which the people that attend Evolution, know how great she really is.
Yeah, and it almost felt like to me that Charlotte needed that. She was emotional. Like she was emotional when she got that reaction.
I think I'm like I can take a joke. People call me fat, ugly, whatever. But if I had 7 million people fucking commenting on everything
for like
I do,
a decade,
tell me I'm ugly, I'm trash, I'm an idiot, I'm a nepo baby, like because my dad's a Hall of Famer, like I'd fucking lose my mind too. So that validation, she knows she's not fucking stupid. These are the real women's wrestling fans. These are the real, people that know what the fuck I'm talking about. So them being so warm to her had to feel good for her.
Oh yeah. And I think Charlotte. I don't know if you read that Players Tribune article she did. Excellent. I would recommend that everybody go read, because that was Ashley. That was the real person.
Yeah.
And that's not Charlotte there. And then, not that I'm a huge fan of the podcast, but she was very good and funny on the Undertaker's podcast last week as well. I think Alexa Bliss and her being with this team is kind of pulling out a side of Charlotte
that we haven't seen, like a more
that we
silly,
haven't, like a silly, just like she looks more like a human, like just more human. She's not
just the uber athlete,
better than everyone. Yes, yeah, and I think it's doing wonders, and I think they should lean into it more,
and
because
you can see she's having fun doing it.
Yeah, and I just think a lot of people's perception of Charlotte Flair might be changing, and for the better.
People are coming around to normal human beings, how they feel about her.
Yeah. But this match was a lot of fun, man. All four of these teams. I'll tell you what.
Raquel is growing on me,
JPJ. Raquel is kind of taking the lead here with Liv being gone, and she's fucking stepping up to the plate. Because she's great. She's been great.
This is not something I want to do, but I'm sure we'll get bashed for anything we say, pro anything. But this is gonna turn into a little bit of a glaze fest for Mr. Levesque here. But is it all the Nia Jax, Raquel, Charlotte, these women that are perceived that can't wrestle, they're overrated, that are all in their bags and having easily the best runs of their career in ring, have anything to do with Triple H running the show, not Vince? Do you think?
I think it has to do with the fact that they're getting the opportunity.
But do you also think Vince, and this has been corroborated by women that used to be, and again, this is like older Vince, but like he tells her, like he used to tell women, like literally, do you remember this? Like don't throw punches and shit. You used to tell the women.
Yeah, he used to get angry with the women when they would get too over. But, like if there was something in a match that was too over, he would be like, "You got too over."
There's a lot of things to not like Triple H's booking about. Again,
of course
you'll hear about that on this show quite a bit. Not this show, but on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I don't think it can be a coincidence that all of these women that were perceived as bad in ring and stuff like that are all in their best runs of their career. I don't think that's Nia Jax and Raquel specifically. Their improvements have been fucking insane since they were around, 5-6 years ago. We'll call it.
Yeah, and look, here's my thing with that is, we saw when Triple H was running NXT, the women were the best part of the show.
And they still are, but
yes, exactly. But like the women were women in tag team wrestling were the two things that carried Black and Gold NXT. And we're not really seeing that all the time with tag team wrestling on the main roster under Triple H. SmackDown, yes. Raw, not so much. But with the women, and look, this was an all-women show, so it's going to feel a little different. But even we saw on Raw, the only thing the men did on Raw was the gauntlet match, which was the end of the show.
You see Shane Helms' tweet?
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane people don't know who that is. He said, Triple H fucking hates men. This show's only had one man segment. Turn this shit off.
Yeah. So, it just felt like, my thing is, I think Triple H, I think he cares about women's wrestling enough to the point where he wants these ladies, and and you saw it with NXT, like that NXT Black and Gold, or even before it became Black and Gold. If you wanted to go see a 15-minute women's match, that's where you had to go, because they weren't doing that shit on the main roster. Occasionally, but like
now we're getting on Raws,
and now we're getting, dude, like that Lyra Becky match, that Lyra Bailey match on Raw. That would have that's a main event pay-per-view quality match.
This episode of Raw 2 days ago now, I guess, since we're recording on Wednesday afternoon, that Raw legit, and this is not just like hyperbole or like a person of the moment. That Raw would never fucking happen under Vince McMahon.
No, absolutely not.
Fucking never.
No,
ever.
No, it wouldn't have. But I agree with you when you say about Raquel. I think she stepped up in a major way. I'll tell you what, and she fought on SmackDown last week too. But I think Sol Ruca She looks like she belongs on the main roster.
Matches like the last 4 days.
Yeah, she looks like, and Zarya too, but Sol Ruka in particular. That match that she had on SmackDown, which they did like a fatal 4-way, but it was one of each of the people.
It was one of each
and the teams. Yeah. And then in this match, she looked like she belonged right now. Right now.
I think that could be a Rumble call-up.
Yeah, 100%. She hit Charlotte with the Soul Snatcher, and I was like, oh my, Charlotte taking that? But this was, and the Kabuki.
That's like kind of like a seal of approval.
Yep. And I thought, I mean, the Kabuki war, fucking Asuka and Kairi. I mean,
they could have a good match with us.
Come on.
Unbelievable.
I would very much like to wrestle them if they wanted.
Yeah. Again, as you like to say, God bless.
God bless. But this was really good. This was very fun. It was a lot of. I had a feeling this could be one of the sleeper matches of the night, and it was.
There's too many talented people in the match.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Then it was time.
Real quick, it's also good to mention how we do this before, though. How young Roxanne is and how good she is. But it doesn't make any sense.
No. What's she, 22, 23 still?
I think it genuinely doesn't make any sense. What were you doing at 22 years old, JPJ?
Drugs.
Were you headlining pay-per-views?
No. I was drinking and working. Yeah. I mean, what is everybody doing at 22?
I don't think my life has changed that much.
No. I mean, I don't really drink that much anymore. But, like, I drink socially. But back then,
I like work and play
22,
video
man. Yeah, I went to work. And then after work, I'd go to my work friends and either drink, smoke, and or both.
Okay.
And we would play video game. And guess what I do now? I go to work. I come home. I talk to my friends about wrestling like 4 or 5 times a week. And then I usually play video games or stream video games. But not much has changed.
So you weren't making multi-millions of dollars in front of pay-per-view crowds?
I wish. Okay. I wish. My life would probably be better off now.
It makes fucking no sense how good
she's so good. Yeah. They don't call her the
prodigy
for no reason, you know? I'm glad you did that. I was going to wait for you.
Again, another God bless, by the way. God bless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
God bless.
Yeah. And then it was time for the WWE Women's title. Tiffany Stratton, God bless.
God bless.
Defending.
Trish Stratus, God bless.
I mean,
Trish Stratus. This is a church with how much blessing is going on.
Listen, I don't want people to take this because I know how this, like, we're not pigs. No. We're not pigs. All right. We say this with the utmost respect.
There's a reason, and I don't want to toot our own. There's a reason Josh lets us run the show here on these.
Yeah.
Shows.
Yeah.
He knows how.
Trish, can I just say objectively, as a 40-year-old man,
God bless.
Trish Stratus has looked good my whole life. Like, she has been a blockbuster looking into my whole life.
Because this again, fuck.
She
this
still
person
looks
I'm about to talk
incredible.
About. Like I was gonna say, fuck this person I'm about to talk about. But Sunny, for instance, unbelievable back in her heyday.
Yeah.
Now, fuck the person, but she is just not aged well.
Yeah, it's a mess.
By the way, Trish Stratus looks the fucking exact same.
Exact.
Her body might be in better shape.
She's had like 3 kids. Right. Like, it's crazy. But one thing that Trish still has as well is she can go in the fucking ring. Because let me tell you, Trish, this to me was probably
a John Cena type run, like a 1-year full-time run.
Yeah. Well, I think this is not the end of Trish though, because I think
she's hinted at something as well.
Yeah, because this is her 25th year as well, so I think they are kind of do because she fought at Elimination Chamber. She's done this
show at some point. I'm sure.
I'm assuming I could see her even popping up at SummerSlam, but I assume they'll do something somewhere. Like I think this is not the last time. I think Trish will get.
I think we'll know it's her last match before it is.
Correct.
And she did get a standing ovation after the match too, though.
Yeah, she should have. This match was. It was probably my least favorite match of the night.
Sure,
but that doesn't mean it was bad because it wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, but also, real quick, it's a good point to point out. Unfortunately, no women can wrestle after 30, so that's unfortunate.
That's what they say. Trish
Stratus is noted to be under 30, so
yeah,
she's certainly not.
My thing is, and again, this just showed me during this match, Tiffany Stratton needs to be a heel.
Mm-hmm.
She's just
she's kind of like Blake Monroe.
Yeah, do I think she could be like? I think if she went heel again, and then down the road, like when I say like years from now, they made her a babyface again, I think it would go better.
She needs to be a heel for the majority of her career.
Yes,
she needs to be known as a heel.
Yeah, I agree, and I think in this with Trish, like she was playing that role a little bit, and I just she's too perfect to not be a heel to me.
Another, what is she, only 25, 26?
She's super young, yeah, mid-20s, something
By
like
the way,
that.
hey, real quick, we'll get back to our God Bless segment that we always like to do, but Minnesota's got it like that, by the way?
What?
The state of Minnesota makes them like that?
Oh, I know.
Has that been
That's where
a
she's
thing?
from, right?
Has that been a thing?
I don't know. I've never been to Minnesota.
They need to book another WrestleMania there. We will be there if that happens. I'll let you know.
Oh, no.
Unbelievable.
But Tiffany Stratton gets the win. She wins it with the prettiest moonsault ever. But I thought this was pretty good. I don't think it was bad.
Moonsault, by the way.
Oh, it's tremendous. There were a few spots that I felt like were rehearsed a smidge, like you could tell a little bit. But I thought as the match went, it got more kind of competitive and fast-paced, and I thought it ended up being okay.
Tiffany's been wrestling for like 4 years or something crazy like that, and Trish is in her mid-40s. Like, it's crazy how a match can even be this good. It wasn't, Ospreay and Swerve versus the Young Bucks, but like it's a person that just started wrestling and a person that's been wrestling for 30 fucking years.
Yeah,
this match is way better than it should be for those circumstances.
Yeah, I agree. How about some no holds barred action? Because that's what was next here. It was Jade Cargill and Naomi. Yep. For now, what we assumed would be the blow off of their feud. To me, coming into this event, I thought that this story and the triple threat story were easily the two best stories of anything that was happening. This match was a lot of fun. I don't think that blood is necessary for a good match, but I would have liked to have seen some blood here. They hate each other. She tried to kill her.
Real quick, was it on SmackDown? The pump kick Jade Cargill gave to Naomi.
Oh yeah,
ring? I thought she died. I thought Naomi passed away.
I thought her chest just exploded.
I thought she died. Yeah.
Yep. But this match was good. Bianca Belair was the special guest. The pop that Bianca Belair got, holy shit.
She's decent.
Yeah, she's not bad at all or anything like that. So they found a ton of weapons. They used the TV monitors. The
camera was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah. Jade grabs the camera and then she just throws the fucking camera out of the ring.
She records Naomi for a second too.
Yeah. Then she hits her with it and just fucking tosses it. Naomi threw Jade into the bottom of the table.
Yeah.
And there were sparks that flew out from the monitor.
The monitor blew up.
Yeah, blew up, which was a cool spot. They had tables out there, Cargill. And you could see they kind of set it up where it was like that for a while. But towards the end, it was like, oh, she's going to put her through that table. And Jade Cargill hit Jaded from the middle rope through the table. She got the win.
Very fun match.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And Cargill defeats Naomi. As Michael Cole said on commentary, only the 4th no-holds-barred match in women's WWE history. Which I was like, oh, 4. I was like, somehow I heard that number. And I was like, oh, that feels like more than I thought.
Yeah, I was like, maybe one.
I was like, maybe this is the 2nd one, maybe.
Are they counting Raquel and Rhea from a couple weeks ago?
That was a street fight. That's different.
Oh, it's the same fucking.
They're all the same. No DQ, no holds barred, street fight, falls count. It's all the same match.
Hardcore.
It's all the same shit. Yeah. But I thought this was a lot of fun. And what I thought was interesting is after this match, we saw Jade and Bianca giving each other some side-eye action very heavily as Bianca was raising her arm in victory. Obviously, knowing what we know now, we might see why, but we'll get there when we get there. But I thought this was a lot of fun. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a good blow-off.
Very good.
Then it was Battle Royal time, baby.
It didn't need to be a technical masterpiece.
No.
The two girls that hate each other. And we know, by the way, when women hate each other, it's much different than when men hate each other. They want to kill each other when women hate each other.
Agreed.
And that's what this seemed like, and it was a lot of fun.
Agreed. Then it was time for the Battle Royal, where the winner would get a championship match at Clash in Paris. This match had women from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all involved. Nia Jax was in this. She dominated a lot of it, as you would expect, as she is obviously a monster. She dominated a
She's
lot
not
of
like
it.
most girls, JPJ.
She's not. That's what I've heard. I thought the NXT girls had a good showing here. I thought Jada Parker was very good in this match.
Love
I
Jada
thought,
Parker.
oh my God, one of my favorites.
God bless.
I thought Tatum Paxley was the first one eliminated, but I thought her spot was fun. And then the final three in this match were Nia Jax, which did not shock me.
No.
Stephanie Vaquer, which did not shock me. And Lash Legend, which I liked. And it ended up being Lash Legend and Stephanie as the final two, which was great, I thought. And I thought that was a good shine for Lash.
You can tell they like her. They're high on her.
Oh, yeah. She's one of those ones over the last year in NXT that has, and I know she was part of that group, and now they're all gone.
I was going to say now she's by herself now.
She's by herself, and she is going to be going for the NXT women's title, it seems like, down there. And you would think that this all kind of connects as to why she was in the Royal Rumble. She had a good showing in the Royal Rumble. Her and Jakara Jackson were up on the main roster for a cup of coffee, fighting for the women's tag titles for a little bit. You could tell they value her. And to have her be last with Stephanie.
You're the only person that wasn't released from your whole group.
Correct. And there was a good little spot where Stephanie eliminated her by doing her Booker T's favorite move on the apron, and Lash just kind of fell off the apron to the win. Nikki Bella got a huge pop, which was nice. And Nikki Bella looked good in this match.
Sure.
She hit her stuff.
That's again like Trish. She's not done either.
No, and Nikki was not, as we saw on Raw. Nikki Bella had a one-on-one match with Chelsea Green. They had a lot of fun interactions leading into Evolution.
Josh is still recovering from that match, by the way.
I was there when it happened. Like, he was almost in a trance.
Yeah, he is still sweating, and he's able to stand now, I think, though. I think he's able to stand up now, so he's recovering still.
Yeah. So Stephanie Vaquer wins. And then, and then after the match, I thought Stephanie cut a really good promo.
Oh, the Spanish thing was...
And she cut it in Spanish. I don't know what she said. You might be able to reiterate.
Did you see the Stephanie McMahon stuff?
No, Stephanie was talking in Spanish.
Yeah,
was it bad? Did she speak bad Spanish?
Stephanie McMahon?
Yeah.
No, it's just the memes.
To me, it seemed like,
Well, yeah, it was the meme.
I thought
they didn't say anything inappropriate.
It felt like a nice moment to me.
It was, but it was just Twitter.
I'm not Spanish, though, so I don't know. People were.
I speak a little bit. I can speak Portuguese. The Portuguese is similar to Spanish.
Yeah, that's what they mainly speak in Brazil. Yeah, that's the main language of Brazil. Portuguese. Yeah. See, I'm smart.
There you go. This is actually going to turn into a math and geography lesson at some point in this podcast.
I could actually probably give you math.
With just how smart JPJ naturally is.
I'm sneaky good at math, bro.
And if you also watch the sports episode, he's a elite athlete as well. So
not even close, dude. Don't let the frame fool you. You leave me open in the basketball court, I'm gonna drain J's in your face. That's who I was. I was the kid that when in high school and playing gym class and all that stuff, they were like, we don't have to guard him. And I was like, okay. And I would hit 2 or 3 shots, and they'd be like, "Fuck, put somebody on the fat ass." And I'd be like, "Thank you." And then I would score 0 points the rest of the way. But still, it worked.
You were dangerous.
Yeah, I thought Kalani Jordan was a standout in this match. I thought she was excellent.
Newly engaged. Congrats to her and Carmelo, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. So I thought Carmelo Hayes, someone on SmackDown who can't.
Have you guys ever heard of him?
Be on TV, but we can make room for fucking Jelly Roll. We'll get there.
Hey.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
By the way, real quick, we'll get there. It kind of sucks because it is a stupid storyline. I made a joke of it, like McIntyre Orton suck or whatever, but I was being facetious. Jelly Roll seems like genuinely like the nicest human being in the history of the country. So it kind of sucks that we have to shit on something he's doing because he genuinely seems like the nicest human being of all time.
Maybe.
But
it could be.
Anyway.
CJ. This fucking main event between Io and Rhea. Now, obviously, we're going to talk about what happened at the end because that moment was amazing.
Yeah.
But we have to give this match before that its proper due because this was one of the best. This was one of the best main events WWE has put on easily all year.
And this
was fucking incredible.
This is 2 things. This is a testament to what we said earlier of Rhea was more of a character and a powerhouse type. She wasn't like a wrestler. I think again that improves to how we have seen like Raquel and Nia Jax and stuff like that improve in the ring. I think that is another testament to that, and also that I've mentioned this before. Io is my favorite women's wrestler ever.
Yeah,
she might be the best in-ring women's wrestler ever at this point.
Io,
Like,
she's up there. She's incredible.
If you're no promo, we're not talking about anything else. We're talking about when the bell rings, who's the best. She might be the best of all time. Mm-hmm. She is fucking ridiculous, that woman.
Mm-hmm. Dude, this match had everything. This match had everything you wanted. It was tremendous. The ref got taken out at one point. They fought into the crowd a little bit because there was nobody to count them out. So that was cool. Io Sky hit a big cross body on top of like the production crates onto Rhea, which was a great moment. They were physical with each other. They were at times they were just beating the crap out of each other. At one point, Io hits the over the moonsault, and it looked like she was going to win again, but Rhea kicked out. And at that moment, I was like, Rhea's definitely winning. Kind of how I felt like when Mercedes kicked out of the rolling Storm Zeros. I was like, Mercedes is winning now.
Because of Jade beating Naomi, which again we'll talk about in a second. I thought that was gonna happen because
did you?
Like we talked about, they love beating Money in the Bank holders. They love it.
And I get that, but I just thought I picked Jade to win that match, and I knew that Naomi was gonna cash in. I just didn't think it would be for the other show's title.
I did once she lost, I thought it was gonna happen tonight.
Yeah. So
not tonight, but Sunday.
She kicks out of the over the moonsault. It looks like she's about to make a comeback. Both women are down. We hear Naomi's music. Naomi is selling the effects of the match from earlier. Yeah. She's limping. She's grabbing her midsection. She's coming down with the Money in the Bank. She cashes in to make it a triple threat match.
When she's tapping the case to like tell them to take it and they're announcing it, she is fucking screaming at Alicia Taylor.
It's almost like she was gonna go hit Io, but they hadn't officially, and she was like, "Let's go!" Like I want to
screaming at Alicia Taylor to shut the fuck
up.
And
then they rang the bell, which obviously, if it's a triple threat, there is no DQ. So then she hits Io.
Was it Lily? Was it Alicia? Who the hell did it?
It was Alicia Taylor because Lillian was sick. Lillian did Great American Bash, and then she got sick and couldn't do Evolution.
I was like, I could have sworn it was Alicia Taylor.
Yeah. So once it became a triple threat, there are no rules. So Naomi hits Io over the head with the briefcase. She gets in the ring. She throws Rhea through the middle rope with the shoulder in the turn post spot. Rhea's out of the ring. She hits the split-legged moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Naomi successfully cashes in, and she is now A, on Raw, and B, the new Women's World Champion. A wonderful moment. I think a moment that we know Naomi's a bad guy, a heel. Nobody kid. Nobody. This is one of those things where everybody was thrilled for Naomi.
It's
much
like what
deserved.
We were talking about with who were we talking about in AEW?
The bad guy stuff?
Yeah, like the bad guy that no one boos.
Oh, Fletcher.
Like this is way bigger than that too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it's the same concept. Like, yeah, I'm gonna boo you because you're a heel, but I fucking love you. Like, I hope you win everything.
Yeah. Just a really, really great main event, capped off by an even better, greater moment with Naomi winning. And then we found out on Raw the next night, Naomi shows up. She opens the show. She's cutting a promo, and we have Io and Rhea both come out. They all are arguing, and Adam Pearce comes out, and he says, I'm not waiting around. SummerSlam, triple threat match. We're running it back. Naomi, Rhea, Io in a proper triple threat where all three will be in from the beginning. And I am excited for that match, man. That match should be damn good. And I expect Naomi to retain. I think Naomi's getting a proper title run. She's going to hold this for a while, I feel like. This was very good. This was very, very good. That main event, even before the cash-in, was spectacular.
I think they could. When do you think we get the triple threat? Or has it been announced? No, it hasn't, right?
For what?
It has SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, they announced it on Raw.
What you think? So you think I think we get the typical triple threat trope of the two that end up feuding allow the champion to retain. So I think we get the Jade and Bianca side eye thing from their match at Evolution. Like you mentioned, I think that turns into a feud. So that's how Naomi retains.
What? But they're not involved though. Jade's fighting Tiffany at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I tripped out there for a second.
The triple threat is Io, Rhea, and Naomi.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I think that ends up at WrestleMania. Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah. Because now Naomi and another thing that is another added layer is Naomi is now on Raw.
Yeah.
Because she's the Raw champion, so she has removed herself from Jade and Bianca. Because they're on SmackDown.
I think one of them wins the Rumble, and then we get the triple threat at Mania, though.
I would probably agree. I could easily see Bianca winning the Rumble,
and then Jade wins the Chamber or something, and then they both get a title shot.
Yeah, I could easily see that happening, or they just build to Jade and Bianca at Mania because that's a huge match they have. There as well. But I think that goes that way. But I thought this was really good, and I think Naomi going to Raw with like her and Rhea is fresh, her and Io is fresh. All the Raw people,
Becky, Bayley, Lyra,
yes, like that's just
Asuka, Kyrie,
real good. And Naomi's the new face over there, and it gets her away from this stuff with Jade for a while. And Naomi, you can let Jade and Naomi Jade and Bianca do their thing over there. Obviously, we know Jade's going to be going for the world title at SummerSlam.
How do you think that goes?
I think she loses.
I think we finally get a Bianca heel turn.
Oh, I think so too. But man, the pops that she still gets though, that is such a.
She could be a Naomi though. People love her, but she's a heel.
It's fair.
Nothing wrong with
that. But all in all, I thought that this was one of, if not the best PLE that WWE has put on this year. Definitely one of. This was tremendous, and listen. You give the women the ball, they're gonna run with it. And I thought they crushed it like the first Evolution. There's no reason why this shouldn't be a yearly thing moving forward.
I don't mean it shouldn't be, but I mean there's no reason why it shouldn't be.
Yes. I mean, look if you were to ask me as a wrestling fan, would you rather Evolution be a yearly pay-per-view, or would you rather the women just be kind of given as much time and treated as much on the regular shows than the men? I say we should be able to do both, but I would prefer the second part. Like I would rather just be watching a show and be like oh, this is like like this is truly like a mix of, I think, and again, he puts his foot in his mouth a lot, and I thought he did himself no favors when he was asked the question about Evolution being a yearly thing, and Triple H at the press conference was like, I don't think he was coming out trying to be negative and say we don't need it. I think he was trying to say, hey, I don't think an all-women's pay-per-view is necessary. I just think we need to do just a proper way of making them equals on the regular shows.
After one show, he's backed up his words.
Yeah. So again, do I think it should happen every year? Would I love to see it happen every year? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you're asking me if I would rather A or B, I would rather watch a Raw that's 2.5 hours and see an hour and a half go to the women more often than once in a fucking blue moon. You know
let's hope this wasn't just because it was fresh in our minds.
Exactly.
Let's hope it's more regular.
But a great show. All right. We can get through the other WWE stuff quickly.
It's more news than results, really, with these two.
Yeah. Well, we did have Great American Bash. It was a pretty decent show.
But thanks for WWE just burying it against All In. So good job there.
So the results were as follows. Javon Evans defeated Jasper Troy in the opening match. Sol Ruca retained the North American Championship by defeating Izzy Dame. And the best match of the night that I thought, Ethan Page beat Ricky Saints in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Welcome to the main roster, Mr. Ricky Saints.
I would think so. He was on the Cody podcast last week, too. It feels that way.
It's coming.
NXT North American Championship, Ethan Page retained. They did the men's World Championship as the semi-main because we saw Obafemi defeat Yoshiki Inamura, but Josh Briggs was kind of a dick and kind of had something to do with that. And then the main event, which we talked about a little bit already, was Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe getting the victory over Fatal Influence. All in all, again, it was a solid PLE from NXT.
NXT pay-per-views are never going to be bad.
No, but I think they knew they were going up against All In. I thought they kind of took it easy as far as the card went. It was pretty standard fare for them. And I thought the show was pretty standard. Like, it was good, but it wasn't spectacular like a lot of these are. Like, they knew what was going on.
Spectacular NXT episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They knew what was happening. And then we had the Great American... No, I lied to you. Saturday night's main event. Yep. This was more newsworthy than it was about the actual wrestling on the show. I will say Solo Sikoa defeated Jimmy Uso to retain the U.S. title. Drew McIntyre got a victory over Randy Orton, but that is where... Okay, so Friday night on SmackDown, this motherfucker, Jelly Roll, is there, and we've seen him on WWE TV before. Whatever. I got no problem with celebrities showing up on TV.
Sounds like you might.
I have a problem when we're building storylines for celebrities when you got Carmelo Hayes sitting on his ass every week.
Mm-hmm.
I got a fucking problem with that. I don't got a problem. I don't got a problem with Jelly Roll in general. I don't got a problem with him showing up at the shows and being like, hey, you know, whatever, haha, doing a choke slam at SummerSlam last year, whatever the fuck he did. I got no problem with that. That's
I got
fine.
no problem with him throwing Logan Paul around either, like he did last
Nope.
week.
I don't got a problem with that either. Like I said, what I got a problem with is...
What if they did both?
Yeah, it would be great if they could do both.
Okay,
Why not?
So it's not just completely anti-celebrity.
But the fact that they're not...
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
When you can't find 5 or 10 minutes a week to dedicate to one of the future guys, like stars of your company...
Like Shawn Michaels reincarnated?
Literally. But you can for this fuck... And again, it's not even a Jelly Roll thing. But it's like, okay, and I get it. Who has more worldwide... You fucking Jelly. I get it.
He's only going on a world tour post more.
Yeah, he already. Yeah, millions of fucking people. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But what the hell, dude? You know.
By the way, real quick on the Carmelo Hayes thing, if Shawn Michaels was running SmackDown and Triple H was running NXT, Carmelo Hayes would be like a 3-time world champion already.
He would be the star of the show. He would be the star of the show. So, okay. So that happens on Friday. They do a little thing. And then on Saturday, we have the Saturday night's main event. And Logan Paul is accompanying Drew McIntyre to the ring because they became buddy apparently on Friday. And
they're best friends, Logan Paul.
Yes. And Jelly Roll was saved by Randy Orton. And I'm just like, okay. Drew McIntyre on this show ends up Claymore kicking Jelly Roll.
Did you cheer when that happened?
I did. Well, I was watching All In still, but I was like, I said it on the thing. I went, Jelly Roll just got his head kicked off by Drew Mac. I was pumped. So at SummerSlam, first of all right. At SummerSlam, we have a tag match happening. It is Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul going against Randy Orton and Jelly Roll. That's not fair.
It's a night one main event, JPJ.
It fucking better not. Well, maybe now with the news we're going to talk about here momentarily. That's not fair though, because it's Randy Orton and a celebrity versus two wrestlers. Yeah. Like, I know Logan Paul is technically, but he's
a very good wrestler.
No, he's good. He's been doing this he's been a champion. That's not fair.
And he's a piece of shit, but he's a very good wrestler.
Yeah, like Randy Orton is severely in trouble here.
Fat country singer with him.
This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Come on. That's not fair. But whatever. So that happens. Then we get to the news story stuff. Seth Rollins, LA Knight. Somewhere, this match had not been going on for a long time. And Seth,
I can tell you right now, I don't know, but I know Seth Rollins was not supposed to lose this match.
I actually think he was supposed to lose this match.
Well, either way,
I think
finish.
I think what we saw on Monday with someone returning was supposed to happen during this match.
Okay,
that's what I think.
You think he was standing there backstage and they just didn't know?
I think because they had to fucking call the match.
But I know they had. Okay, that's fine.
So Seth, at one point, he's on the apron. He does a springboard senton, like flipping senton, and then he jumps onto the middle rope to do a moonsault.
Mm-hmm.
But the moonsault, he's going to land on his feet because LA Knight moves out of the way. And when he landed on his feet, he immediately grabbed his knee, fell to the ground. He and you could tell he was confused. Like he slid out of the ring, but then stayed in the ring. He tried to get back up. He couldn't get back up. And then he kind of slid to the corner. Paul Heyman came over. He's clearly talking to Paul Heyman. The ref comes over. He talks to Lady Ref Jess. LA Knight is kind of standing there. LA Knight at one point goes over to continue the match, and Seth is like, no. And the ref is like, whoa, wait a minute. Doctor gets in there. And then instead of just calling the match, you could clearly see Seth was kind of
let me take his finisher.
And I think that was Seth saying, no, we're not calling it. I'll fucking lose. Yeah. I'll lose. So
even if he wasn't supposed to, which we don't know. Do you think LA Knight, but even if he wasn't supposed to, he's like, I'm just going to lose. Let's get out.
And I think that shows, listen, I think
that's Seth being like, let's get him a win then.
Correct. And I think Seth was like, I don't know what's going on with me.
It's not his fault.
Obviously. Yeah. But instead of just calling the match and making nobody look good, let's make somebody look good. I'll take a loss. Who gives a fuck?
And that is Seth Rollins.
Yeah. And it's a pros thing to do. It's a fucking pros thing to do. So whether it was supposed to happen or not, Seth gets up, he kind of hobbles over. LA Knight just goes right over there, just hits a BFT, 1, 2, 3, match is over.
And they cut it, and then we see camera footage on Twitter of fans showing Seth being helped to the back, and
he's swearing. He's like, fuck, he's angry. And he hosted the Rich Eisen show this afternoon.
And he seemed a little not positive by any means, but more in better spirits than he seemed.
Yeah, then. And he said that he was supposed to go see James. He was supposed to go see the doctor in Birmingham on Monday, but the knee was too swollen, so they didn't. But he said he's gonna. He said, I think the quote was, "I know my body, and I know this is gonna keep me out. I'm gonna be out a while." He goes, and I believe he said, "I'm thinking about WrestleMania right now,"
which is
that's
good,
a long time.
I guess. But it's still it could be like our boy Jason Tatum. It could be worse.
Yeah. But I think they did a good job on Monday, basically, because Heyman was like, look, he's Mr. Money in the Bank. He has until June to cash this, so we're not worried about Seth. And they kind of put the focus on Braun Breaker.
They write him off, and we get a random cash in on WrestleMania. He just comes back out of the fucking blue and cashes in on whoever.
Yeah. So that was the first bit. So that was the first bit of news that happened, was the unfortunate. And then this whole fucking thing happened where Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez.
Oh my God! What the fuck was
they
that?
came out and they said that they heard from somebody that was reputable they were talking about this days before. So now there's certain people that don't think it's real. People think it's that he was really injured, but they made it look worse on purpose because he does need to stay away. But they made it, and I'm just like,
no, he blew his fucking knee out in the spot, and now he's gonna be out for 6 months.
Yeah. I don't fucking know. I haven't talked to Seth Rollins. Again, I have no fucking idea.
You can say whatever you want about Triple H and WWE and how they do things. They're not going to have a completely injured wrestler that's going to be out for 8 months wrestle, knowing that ahead of time. And they're sure as they're not going to cover that injury up with a different injury. What would be the point of that, genuinely?
It would make no sense. It would just make no fucking sense. So that's the first bit of news. And let's actually just tie this up okay. Then we had the main event. Goldberg and Gunther, the longest match in the career of Bill Goldberg. His last match, 58 years old. And look, I don't think you can point at any Bill Goldberg match and say that it's a good in-ring match.
No.
And this is more of a testament to Gunther than anything. And I know it's recency biased. I think this was Goldberg's best match. Maybe the WrestleMania match with Lesnar. That match kind of humped. But listen, it was what it was. An 8-minute good match.
Good. Okay.
No, it was good. You go back and watch. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
No.
Listen, I thought this was Goldberg's best match. I truly do. And I think it was his best match for one reason only, his opponent. Because Gunther is a fucking legend.
I honestly think Me and him could have a 3-star match.
Gunther is a damn legend.
Yep.
And he wins the match. First of all, when Goldberg put him up in that jackhammer, I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
JPJ,
I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I was like, this is gonna happen. Yep. I was like, holy shit.
Because you specifically told me if he spears him, that's fine. If he goes up for the jackhammer, you need to be worried. I remember that in the back of my head. You son of a bitch.
Yeah, and he went. I was watching. I was like, he hits the jackhammer, but Gunther had been working on Goldberg's legs because he could barely walk the whole match. And when Goldberg hit the jackhammer, it actually looked like he really hurt his leg or something. The way Goldberg, so if that was just him selling, bravo, best wrestling job of his career. That's selling that after that jackhammer. And the way he sat up, it got right into the chokehold, boom, and that was it. And Gunther wins. He retains.
And then my favorite part of the night happened.
I was gonna say it was NBC. It was right towards the end of the show. So Goldberg's whole retirement speech got cut. Basically, we saw like 30 seconds of it. Listen, I understand people don't like Bill Goldberg, and that this wasn't a WWE thing. This was an NBC thing, obviously.
Because WWE posted it on their Twitter after.
Yeah, I actually feel kind of bad for him for that.
I know. I loved everything.
Listen, but you know, you deserve. Come on. He deserves.
What does he deserve?
You don't have to watch it. You can change the channel.
He doesn't deserve anything.
Oh, come on.
He's had nothing but shitty matches. He's refused to put people over. He's made billions of fucking dollars.
Yeah, but if it's his swan song, let him have it.
No, I'm all right. Thank you.
So
NBC.
So that happened, and now Goldberg is pissed. So
Goldberg, Ariel Helwani show.
He went on Ariel Helwani.
Lost his fucking mind.
No, he was not pissed. So these are just some of the quotes. He said he was disappointed over some of the aspects. He didn't say all, but he said some of the aspects of his final match. Yeah, he said this is part of the quotes. He said, ultimately, to have a little bit more control of the time and the space would have been much more preferred. They cut me off after freaking 20 seconds with the microphone in my hand. He did compliment Gunther. Yeah. He said all the work he put into the match, and he repeatedly stated that he was grateful for the opportunity to put a cap on his career. He said there were even moments during the match when Goldberg found himself having a good time, which he said didn't happen often in his career.
I never once had a good time with him in his career. So
another quote, he said, I would have loved for them to announce it in January and have a build up to it. Do something like that. That I thought it was maybe worthy of my career, but let's just say they chose to do it in 3 weeks notice, and it is what it is, man. So obviously he's a little disappointed. It feels like he's disappointed more about the speech part got cut off, which I can understand why he would be disappointed.
One very interesting comment. I don't know if you have it there.
That's all I have here.
He said, I can say a lot more in 2 weeks.
Oh, I did see that. Makes me think he's going to go on a podcast.
That he has like a Legends deal that expires in a week. And
maybe
on a podcast. He has like an interview.
And he can spoil the beans or something like that.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna have to say. Fuck him,
yeah.
though. I'm on WWE no matter what here. I'm putting my WWE hat on.
Wow, what a show!
Fuck that guy.
What a show! And then really the only thing I think we need to talk about from Raw before we do a little quick hit of the sports world and get out of here is Gunther retained. They had a gauntlet match.
Hilarious meme of Gunther sitting there looking bored as fuck, by the way.
Oh yeah. They had a gauntlet match on Raw. It involved Braun Breaker. It involved Jey Uso. It involved who else was in that? Obviously CM Punk.
Person that won the match.
Well, yeah, but there was somebody else too, right? Who did Braun Breaker beat? Like 3? He beat Jay. He beat. Oh, Penta. Penta was in there. Yeah, because Braun and Penta started, and then Braun beat somebody else, and then he beat Jay. Who was the somebody else?
I'm looking right now. I can't remember.
But there were 5 guys in the gauntlet. There were 5 guys. I'm forgetting who the second guy was. Because the match opened up with Braun Breaker and Penta. Braun Breaker defeated Penta. Then it was Braun Breaker versus somebody else, and Braun Breaker defeated them. And then it was Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. LA Knight, that's right. Yeah. It was LA Knight. Braun Breaker defeated LA Knight. And then it was Braun Breaker versus Jey Uso. And Braun Breaker defeated Jey Uso. And then we got to CM Punk coming out. He was the last entrant in the gauntlet, and him and Braun Breaker had a good little match. But CM Punk was victorious. So at SummerSlam, we are getting CM Punk versus Gunther for the WWE World's
We kept asking what
Championship.
Gunther was going to do at SummerSlam, and there we go.
Yep. And now we know. I thought they teased it a couple weeks ago where Punk shoved him to the ground.
Yep.
And now we are getting it. I don't think Seth is going to be healthy, but that probably, to me, would have been a perfect scenario for Seth to cash in.
And it
But
could
obviously
be just
now,
at a later date.
so we'll see. And we'll get there, obviously, but I think Punk has a legitimate chance to take that belt off of Gunther.
I think Punk wins, holds it to Mania, and we get Seth cashing in on Punk at Mania.
Yeah. Because I would have had Punk beat Gunther and then Seth cash in at SummerSlam if Seth is
So
healthy.
it's going to be
And
the
then
exact
that's
same thing,
boom.
just 6 months later.
Correct. But I thought, a good Raw. I'm excited for SummerSlam. We already have
There's
we already have like 4 or 5.
JPJ.
Yeah. Well, listen, we got a 2-night show. You're gonna have
So
to
it's
give
going to
me
be
13 or 14 matches.
12 to 14
Between
matches,
12
6
and
or
14.
7 each night.
Yeah, and when you think about it, we already got some bangers on there, man.
Like,
We already got some
legitimately,
bangers
yes.
on there. So SummerSlam, we still got 2 more weeks to build this up. But the big thing that happened was at the end of this gauntlet,
Mhm.
Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed get in the ring. They are beating down CM Punk. Jey Uso gets in there to help. They are beating down Jey Uso. Pardon me. And just as it looks like Bronson Reed is about to go tsunami CM Punk,
Double tsunami on
they were
Punk
going to
and,
stack him. Yeah.
Jay.
The Tribal Chief, the OTC.
OTC won now.
Yep. Roman Reigns. Music hits. The pop. Holy shit again.
Yep.
He makes his return. He fends off Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. And I'm telling you right now, I think it was supposed to be Roman and Seth at SummerSlam.
Probably.
Give me Roman and Braun. I would actually do Roman versus both of them.
We're going to get the tag team match, though.
You think it's going to be Roman and Jay versus them?
Which I don't want it to be, but I think so, yes.
I'd rather it be the Usos.
I think we get Braun Roman at, like, Mania or something. And Braun wins that match, by the way.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be interesting to see how they... Seth seems like one of those guys that's going to stay on TV, though.
You think so?
Does he not seem like one of those guys? Like, maybe, like, the...
If he has to have surgery, I would say no.
Maybe in those couple of weeks, but after that, I think he kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, but I think they should just keep him completely off.
I think so, because he has the briefcase. I feel like just keep him away.
Celebrating and that music hits and see you later.
Yeah. That'd be a good way to do it. But Roman is back. The Tribal Chief is back. He got a gigantic pop.
SummerSlam is going to be great.
SummerSlam is going to be real good. Looking forward to the next couple weeks of WWE to see what they got lined up for us. But a whole lot of wrestling over the weekend got us the longest podcast we've done together. We are at 2 hours. We're going to be ending here momentarily. We are going to go quickly around the sports world because we had some stuff everywhere. Yannick Sinner, Wimbledon,
finally
the Italian, won Wimbledon, number 1 player in the world. He won Wimbledon this past weekend. For any golf, for any golf fans out there, the Open, it used to be the British Open. Now it's just the Open. That starts early tomorrow morning for us Americans. They are in Ireland
because I'm a night owl. That's my favorite.
It starts at like 4 a.m. I'm like, give it to me, bro.
Yep.
Give it to me. Love the Open. So that'll be a lot of fun. I love a golf major. I love all majors, but a golf major, that's Sunday all day. Waking up early on my day off
it's beautiful.
to watch that shit. It's wonderful. And we got to talk about a few things. So we had the home run derby on Monday, which saw the big dumper, the guy who has the most home runs in the league, win the home run derby, which was fun. Again, all right, here's the thing. I love the home run derby. I'm still a sucker for the home run derby.
It's shit now. It's shit.
But my thing is, it was too long the way they used to do it.
Now it's too short.
But now things are so rapid that you don't have a moment to like mesmerize in the home run.
Right.
Like, do you remember when Josh Hamilton put on that display at Yankee Stadium?
Well, Vlad, he hit 91 home runs in the whole tournament.
Yeah. When Josh Hamilton hit the back wall
Yeah.
in right field of Yankee Stadium. That crowd gave him like a minute-long standing
Now
because you should.
Minutes, you got to just keep going.
But now, like, O'Neal Cruz hit that 513-foot bomb.
No one even,
and less than a second later, he's fucking swinging and like, because you can't.
People are hitting like 3 home runs at once now because they're just swinging without.
Yeah, because you have to.
Yeah.
So it's really like I like the idea of them.
I think you
changing the format, but you gotta.
I think you get unlimited time, but you get a certain amount of swings.
I think that's what it should be, not outs, but swings.
Because you can still pimp the home run after you hit it because you have unlimited time.
Yes. So how would that go, though? What would you do, like 30 swings?
Or something like that.
20?
Or you could even do one up and do pitches, so you can't just sit there and take 15 in a row.
Well, they did. They were marking pitches. You only got 40 pitches.
But I think you should do that with no time then, or 25 pitches or 30 pitches with no time.
Yeah. That's the one
the
home
run derby used to last like 5 hours.
Yeah,
and way too damn long.
100%. Because you had guys, and we saw some of it at the end of the All-Star game, which we'll talk about here in a second.
Terrific.
Oh my God, it was so good. But when you saw that, they weren't on a time constraint. So guess what? They were taking pitches and they were waiting for them. And you would have these rounds. That Josh Hamilton round in Yankee Stadium went for almost an hour alone.
Yeah.
That can't fucking happen.
No, it's too much. I don't know what the answer is.
We also can't home run. You have to like. Could you imagine if this was the format when they were at Fenway and Mark McGwire was hitting the fucking balls onto the Mass Pike? If there was no time for us to be like, holy shit, look where this one's like. If he was just going, it's like you can't mesmerize what's happening. And home runs, that's what it's about. When you hit a bomb, it's all about like, it's all about the fans being like, holy fuck, you see where that one went? Like, oh my God. And so they got to figure that out. And then
unbelievable.
We had the All-Star game last night. The National League were up 6-0.
You see the Paul Skeens meme? They said Paul Skeens can't even win when they're up 6-0.
Yeah, poor guy.
That poor bastard. Man.
Poor guy. Can't even get a win when 6-0 league. Can't even get a win. The National League was up 6-0. And then in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, the American League came back, tied it at 6. Brent Rooker hit a big 3-run bomb. And for the first time ever in the All-Star Game's history, it ended up being a swing-off where each team had 3 guys. They each got 3 swings. You could take pitches, though, but they each got 3 swings, and whoever had – and they added on, like, runs. And then whoever had the most home runs at the end would win. And the National League ended up edging the American League out by 1, and it was because of that man, baby. Kyle Schwarber. I fucking love Kyle Schwarber. Really the only guy that I'm still angry the Red Sox didn't re-sign.
Yeah.
They should have signed Schwarber. Speaking of my Red Sox. Bruh.
Your 3rd place Red Sox? Interesting.
10 in a row, beating everybody?
We've done that already this year.
Oh, yeah. How you feeling? You nervous?
Do you see who you're playing the next 9 games? Have fun.
It's going to be good. This is where we're going to find out if they're real.
You're going to go 3-6.
Nah, I think we're actually going to
go
6-3. I think we're going to go 6-3.
You might go 0-9.
Yeah. But that walk-off home run that Zidane hit, bro, I have not felt that way.
He's a terrible baseball player. That guy's
not the last month. He's batting like 3 sets. Well, first of all,
people are talking about he should have been in the All-Star game. Fuck, no, he shouldn't have. No, he shouldn't have. Not over George Springer.
Oh well, that's fair. But you can't say he's literally the best defensive outfielder in all of baseball. You can't say he's a terrible baseball player.
Terrible. He's not. He's
what?
They should trade him.
No, they shouldn't. What are you talking about?
They need to sell high. He's not this as a hitter. He's not.
First of all, he's only 20.
You think he's only this as a hitter? You're out of your fucking mind.
He's only 25. First of all, he's young, still learning. He's the best defenser. No, first of all, I don't think he's going to be.
He's not the best defensive out. No, he's not. Don't say what you're about to say. On the team, okay.
Statistically, no, I'm just saying.
You know why statistically? Because Dalton Varsho hasn't played this season.
Okay, I don't care. Okay, that's fine. But statistically, this year in Major League Baseball, Ceddanne Rafaela is the best defensive outfielder in the league.
Because the best one hasn't been playing.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Well, then he wouldn't be first.
Guess what? If Aaron Judge missed all year and somebody else had the most home runs in the year, you can't say, oh, it's because Aaron Judge didn't play.
I would.
He didn't play.
Yeah, but
you... Okay, well, that's loser mentality. It's a loser
mentality. It
sounds like somebody who's rooting for a loser franchise their whole life.
And what have the Red Sox done in the last 7 years? Nothing.
Well, we made it to an ALCS like 3 years ago.
And you lost So that's a
Okay.
that's a loser
What
mentality.
have you
Look what we did. Look what we did.
What have you guys done in the last 7 years?
We're not supposed to be. You guys spend $100 million every fucking season.
No, we don't. Have you watched the Red Sox the last 5 or 6 years?
Yeah, exactly. And look what you haven't
done.
done. And now look at you. You're garbage. The last 7 years, trash.
We're not garbage right now. We're the talk of baseball.
Are you in third place or are we? Oh, we're at the top. My bad. I forgot about that. First place Blue Jays.
We'll see.
We'll see. We play your boy this weekend. Devers coming to town.
He's struggling out there. He's not having a good time.
No, he's not.
He's not having a good time.
You see, he's already fighting with Will Clark, the former Giants legend.
Sure is.
That guy is a fucking piece of work. This Rafael Devers good.
Let me tell you. Listen, I still think the return was criminal.
That's the biggest issue to me.
The return was criminal. It was abysmal. And that should always be held over their head.
It was horrendous, the return.
With that being said, looking back on the trade, 3 weeks now, month now since it's happened? The Red Sox are hot, and Rafael Devers, I feel like there's almost news weekly about. That was the first weekend he got there, CJ.
Yeah.
That was the first weekend he got there, and they had a legend, really good defensive Hall of Fame baseball player out there to teach him ground balls, and he didn't. It's not like he didn't show up once. He didn't show up all 3 times.
No, the guy's a piece of work. My only issue with it, well, again, I'm happy that he's out of the division, but was the return was fucking horrific.
Wow.
That's all I had a problem with.
Wow.
I hope both teams stay like this, though. This will be fun for the podcast if they're both within a couple games of each other.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
As much as I don't like I don't want them to lose 25. I'll laugh and make fun of them, but I don't. It's funnier if they make it and we're the ones that take them out, type of thing. That's what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And look at our team is still. We got kids playing, man. They're playing. They got nothing to lose. You know what I mean? It's just they're hitting the ball. They're pitching well. For me, it's the vibes. Like they look like they're having a good time. Like they like being around each other. And I think that's where the Devers trade did more on that end, because it clearly looks like the team is having a lot better time right now than they were when he was here.
It's just the return was so awful.
That's you got to get more than that. You got to get more than that.
Because you want to call him I don't think he was a cancer, but he's too good to get that return.
Yeah. But the trade right now, and again, it's only a month. We got to see because to me, I can't judge this trade until I see what the Red Sox do at the trade deadline.
Because Breslow was sucking his own dick talking about he's going to reinvest that money. And if they just don't, that's brain dead to trade him.
Correct. So we'll see, but obviously winning 10 in a row.
By the way, because I'm a Boston guy, so even though I don't like the Red Sox, the crowd against the Rays was fucking insane.
Oh, my God, dude.
That was a playoff crowd.
Like the vibes.
That was a playoff crowd. The walk-off was a playoff crowd.
Brother, I haven't felt like that during a Red Sox thing since I was younger. Yeah. I was sitting on the couch out here, and when he hit that ball, I jumped off the couch and I was
I was watching that game because the Blue Jays played in the afternoon. So I
walked into the living room and I was like, "Holy shit, we won!" Yeah, and I was like, "I cannot believe that." And he won it the night before with the go-ahead single in the 8th, and it was just like, holy! And just the way he pimped it, and that call by Dave O'Brien, where he is just like, "Oh, he killed it," and he's just.
I like Dave O'Brien because he's not a Red Sox fan.
Yeah, I was like that. That moment was as good a moment as I think the Red Sox have had in a handful of truly.
Well, that's again why we're a little biased, but that's why no city in the world cares about all of their major sports like Boston does.
No, and I still think when I was a kid and I was younger,
the Red Sox are still number one. Oh, well, football's too big now.
Yeah, football's too big, but I think the city gets behind the Red Sox the most.
As boring as people say baseball is, and it has gotten a little bit fucked up recently, but it's still it's called America's pastime for a reason. That's the original NFL, it's the original sport that everybody cares about. Yeah,
and when I was growing up, especially before they won anything, baseball was number one, and everything else was levels.
The Patriots
below.
Are fucking dog shit.
The Patriots were all, and then obviously. The Bruins, and look, we are a hockey town. We love the South. We love all our teams. But the Red Sox were clearly always number one.
Yeah.
And then the Patriots did what they did for 20 years. Success, and football is just too big.
Massive.
It's a juggernaut of a sport.
Right.
It kind of overtook it, and the Sox kind of dipped. But when the Sox are good, I still think that's the team. That's the team.
I'll tell you this. Gillette's like the Gillette
They
crowd
don't-
fucking sucks.
They don't get loud.
But
If
you
you
go to
were
a
at-
fucking bar and people like bashing their heads off the wall.
Yeah.
So it's not the fan base. It's just Gillette has gotten, even when the Patriots sucked the last couple of years, the prices didn't act like they sucked.
No.
It's all crap. You see Bon Jovi in the crowd, Tim McGraw in the crowd, fucking Kenny Chesney in the crowd. It's more of a corporate. It's like Super Bowl crowds suck. It's corporate crowds.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. The second half should be fun because the Jays are in. The Jays are in first.
Gauntlet,
we do. We have the third
Cubs,
hardest.
Phillies, Dodgers, first 9 games.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll like you said though. Even if you go 0-9 or 9-0, it's going to tell you one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I think beating the Rays. Look, we beat before that. We beat the Rockies and we beat the Nationals. All right, that's not. Those are 2 of the worst teams in the league.
No, I said this before.
You should be
after
beating
the
those
16,
guys.
I said if you guys win 3 or 4 against the Rays, I'll be like, okay, they might have something, man. They
Well, he swept them 4 games. But like you said, we got the Cubs for a big series at Wrigley this weekend,
and then at Philly,
and then we're home for the Dodgers. And Mookie's coming to town. So it's gonna be fun though, that Dodgers series with Mookie there.
I wouldn't mind.
Roman.
I don't want the Red Sox to ever win. I wouldn't mind if you guys swept the Dodgers. I fucking hate the Dodgers.
That's because the Dodgers are not playing well.
No,
they're scuffling.
Not the Dodgers right now.
Yeah,
they're not.
Yeah, they lost 7 in a row. Or
they got
something
swept
like that
by the Astros too, and they lost like 18-1 and like 15-2, like 2 straight games against them too.
They're not necessarily playing hot either.
But
again, I don't think the Red Sox are going to win 30 fucking games in a row. But
was this the worst time to have a 10-game winning streak? You get 7 days off in a row. Like, you know what I mean. But
you don't want the momentum to stop.
Yeah,
but I kind of think with them being so young and kids that I kind of think it's not the worst thing.
Gives them like a breathe, like don't get too high.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, look who you're about to fucking play to this weekend. Like lock in. Yeah.
Bro, if they take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, I'm gonna be like, all right, this is fucking real. This is fucking real. Let's just say they go 5-4 in those 9 games. Even 4 but if they go 5-4 or better, I think that is official. They are legit. Legit.
We're not. We have the Giants, Tigers, and Yankees coming out.
Yeah, that's fun. Yankees are kind of.
And Devers has been asked, but the Giants have been winning every game they played.
Yeah, well, the Giants have been good all year, though. The Giants have been
Devers
good all year.
Garbage.
So when eventually he does get hot, which I think he will,
they could be.
They're going to be,
especially with how the Dodgers are playing. They could win that division if Devers starts to fuck around.
Oh yeah.
So we have 9 big games coming up.
We do. We do. All right. We did mention the Patriots. I just got to bring this up because Bill Belichick made some comments today.
This fucking guy.
Well, you know what? So, all right. So Bill Belichick, obviously, it ended terribly here a couple of years ago.
My
all
dog
that
is
stuff.
losing her mind, by the way.
I can hear her. I can hear her, and I'm just like, okay. Well, I'll be quick. So Robert Kraft, throughout his history, whenever he has been asked about like what the most pivotal moment was, or just as this for people outside of the New England bubble, he's always said, "Oh, I think the best move I've made, or the most critical thing I did, was when I got Bill Belichick to leave the Jets and come be the head coach of the Patriots." And he said this forever. And when they were there and Bill was coaching, Bill never said, he was like, yeah, he lived it up and all that stuff. Well, Belichick's been gone for a few years. It is very clear that him and Kraft do not like each other. And still, because Bill came out today and he just flat out took shots at Robert Kraft. So, all right. So Robert Kraft was at Fanatics Fest a little while ago, and he was asked to describe the best move he's made in his 30 years of owning the New England Patriots. And Kraft quickly identified the time in 1999 when he traded a first-round pick. A lot of people don't remember that. He traded a first-round pick to get Bill Belichick to come coach the Patriots from the New York Jets. And he also acknowledged that making such a bold move for Belichick was a big risk. And he openly had always said, and he would say that Belichick had a losing record as a head coach before he got to the Patriots. And he always says that people around the league and the media would tell Kraft, do not do this. Do not hire this guy. That Kraft has openly said this for years. Well, now, all of a sudden, Belichick talked to ESPN today. And these were the quotes from Bill. He said, quote, "As I told Robert multiple times throughout the years, I took a big risk by taking the New England Patriots head coaching job. I already had an opportunity to be the head coach of the New York Jets, but the ownership situation was unstable." There are more quotes. I don't know why they're not here. I can find some more. But he goes into that, right? And he starts talking like that. Oh my. So he's basically saying, like, no, Robert, I was the one that took the big risk.
Right.
And then he goes on, he says, this is quote. He goes, "I have been warned by multiple previous Patriot coaches," obviously Bill Parcells being one of those, we would assume, "as well as other members of other NFL organizations and the media, that the New England job was going to come with many internal obstacles. I made it clear that we would have to change the way the team was managed to regain the previously attained success." He continues, "I appreciated Robert giving me the opportunity to make those changes and build a program that was consistent with my vision for a championship team." And then the last quote that he said, "The Jets were a solid team after 3 years of rebuilding under Bill Parcells, which included an AFC championship appearance in January 99. And then Belichick added to it. He said, "Meanwhile," he said, "the Patriots organization had dismantled their 1996 AFC championship team and became one of the worst in the AFC. It didn't help that they were $10 million over the cap heading into my first season as head coach in 2000. And then he was asked what he specifically thought Kraft meant by calling his hiring a big risk. And Belichick's response was, "You'll have to ask Robert." So, okay. So this is Bill taking full-on shots at Robert Kraft. And he's saying, no, Bob. You're not the one that made the big risk. I made the big risk. And then he goes on even more and he says, "I was the one that told you things needed to change. Thank you for giving me the vision so I could build a championship roster." And then he even kind of makes an excuse because his first year he went 5-11 and he sucked. And he even makes an excuse for it and says, "It didn't help that they were $10 million over the cap going into my first year," almost saying that they would have even been better his first year if he didn't walk into a fucking shit show. Okay. So there's a lot to take in here because this is Bill clearly fed up about fucking hearing Robert talk about this and going, "You know what? Fuck you. I'm saying something." So he called, and this was 100. ESPN did not reach out to Bill. Bill fucking called ESPN. Bill was like, "Nope. I'm fucking someone write down my quotes." I'm going to let you say your piece first because I have a larger piece when it comes to these two fucking guys.
It's just two senile men going at each other.
Egotistical babies.
Yes. There's really not much to say other than there was a certain quarterback from the University of Michigan that
and we talked about this before we went live for a little bit because last I checked, these two guys that are just fighting ego. "Oh no, it was me. It was me. It was me." Last time I checked, without a certain guy under center, you both were not shit.
Correct.
Not shit. You know how much stuff Kraft won before Brady was the quarterback? Fucking nothing. Do you know how much stuff Belichick won before fucking Tom Brady dropped out of the sky at 199 in the 6th fucking round?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Yep.
So instead of you, yes. So instead of you two fucking, "No, it was me. No, it was me." It was neither of you. It was the fucking guy playing quarterback. The best player in the history of the fucking sport.
Mm-hmm.
How about you put some respect on his fucking name?
And Kraft at least does that. Belichick doesn't. Belichick never gives Brady any credit.
No,
but
it's
Kraft is a fucking idiot too, but he'll at least give Brady credit sometimes.
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing?
If you ask Belichick, he would say what 85% him, 15% Brady.
Probably.
Maybe on the low end, 85%.
Probably. Yeah. It's just like you got these two old guys, just egotistical, going. And don't get me wrong, I love the drama. But they're going back and forth. And don't get me wrong, as somebody who's grown up in this area, who's been a New England Patriots fan, I appreciate what both of these guys did.
Yeah, sure.
1,000%. It was 20 years of easy watching for us Patriots fans for the most part. There were a couple horrendous moments, but it was mainly easy watching every Sunday, you know? And yeah, without Kraft being the owner he is, and without Bill being the coach he is, yeah, I could make an argument that it probably doesn't happen. But guess what, guys? There's actual physical proof of before and after Tom Brady.
And what Brady also did when he left here.
Yeah, and you guys didn't win jack shit before that guy was your quarterback. And last time I checked, that guy left both your asses and
for like
won
the
in his
worst
first
organization
year.
In the NFL too.
He went to the most laughable franchise in the history of the league and won a Super Bowl in his first year. So how about both of you old fucks shut up and give some credit to the guy that actually is probably the majority of the reason why we won for 20 years.
Majority of the reason.
Look, I think it was mainly. I'm not a Bill or Brady guy. I'm a both. I don't think they win. I don't think they win
50 to Brady than Bill.
That's fine, but I don't think either guy wins 6 without the other.
No,
I just don't. You know,
but
so
we need to fucking rein it in here.
But it's just like, holy, what are we talking about, guys? I saw those quotes and I was like, good on Bill for going back at him. Like, I don't mind that.
It's just wrong.
But like, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah.
And they didn't dismantle the 96 team after that. They still had Drew Bledsoe. They still had Ty Law, Willie McGinnis, Lawyer Malloy, Terry. They had all these guys. They got rid of Curtis Martin. He was gone.
Yeah.
Ben Coates retired shortly. They had all these guys still. When Bill took over the team in 2000, Lawyer Malloy was still there. Ty Law. Yes, did he bring in Willie McGinnis, Chris Slate? Like, these guys were there. You know, Bruce Armstrong. Like, yeah, did he get rid of Lawyer Malloy? Yes, he did. Did he get rid of Bruce Armstrong? Yes, he did. Did he bring in a Vrabel? We had Teddy Bruschi already. Like, those guys were there. Seymour, yes, he built the team, but don't act like you walked in here in the year 2000 and we had fucking, like, we weren't a team of scrubs.
No.
Like, get out of here, man. I don't have time for that. And I wasn't even planning on talking about football. I think we're like 3 weeks away from training camp. So football will.
No, we're not. We're days away from training camp.
Well, not I think training camp starts for everybody. I thought it was like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks?
Training camp for something.
I think the Chargers start as early as next week.
The Cowboys start Tuesday. The Chargers start Monday. This like half the league starts next week, and then the rest of the league starts the week after.
Okay, I think the Patriots on the week after.
The one after, yeah.
But football is going to be starting here. So on our sports show in particular, as it ramps up, it's going to be more and more football talk. Clearly, that will dominate that show most likely. Although, if both our baseball teams are still humming, I mean, it's going to be a lot of good stuff to talk about.
And then the Celtics will be without Tatum, so that'll be interesting to see how they see. The Bruins have a whole new team and coaching staff. It's all going to be going off at once early in September.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't think that we would be talking about football or the Patriots on All-Star.
80-year-old men decided to have a fucking pissing contest.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these two. It's unbelievable. But I had to say it. Jesus Christ. My God. Anything else we missed in the sports world?
No. We talked about Sinner beating Alcaraz finally.
Yeah.
The Open starts tomorrow. As you're watching this today. It already started today as you're watching this.
Yeah.
But JPJ, at wrestling took about 2 hours of the show.
It did.
I heard there was a decent little watch party for All In.
Yeah. So it was me and Josh. We did the whole show, watch along here on the Hive. And then the very next night for Evolution, it was Josh, myself, Stuart, and Peggy. So we had a little bit of a real watch party with 4 of us there. And those were fun times. We had good people in the chat talking along, watching along. You were in there both days and night, whatever. It was a good time. And we're going to be doing watch alongs. Josh and I did Raw the very next night. So by the time Raw ended, I was like, okay, I need to not watch TV live on air.
Oh yeah.
Watch wrestling live on air for like a few days, please. But it was good. It was a fun weekend. We're going to, obviously, you have Josh and I every Monday for the watch along. SummerSlam is coming up. We're going to be doing watch alongs for both those nights. I think we'll have a rotating cast for each night with who's available. I know you threw your hat in the ring kind of in our chat that we have. So we should have a rotating cast for each night. We're trying to lock down.
Yeah, we're going to have a regular cruise pretty much.
I was going to say, we're trying to lock down like teams for the shows. Like Josh and I will do Raw. We want an NXT team. We want an AEW Dynamite team. We want a SmackDown team. And I think pay-per-views will kind of rotate of sorts. So more watch-alongs should be coming here on the Hive as we continue, which is a lot of fun because they are a fun time. And we're starting to get a little bit of traction and get a little bit of good groups in there watching along with us and in the chat and stuff there. So keep on liking, keep on following, keep on doing all that stuff. But watch-alongs aren't the only thing we do here on the Hive. Why don't you let the people know what else we got going on before we say our goodbyes in this 2.5 hour episode?
Well, you mentioned Peggy, Herb, Bryn, and DC now on the Substack with Josh every once in a while chiming in from here and there. Ryan doing some classic like Madden, FIFA, stuff like that. Someone that is on the show might be doing something with it.
Yes, I have been very delayed in getting him what he needs because the shoot job has been killing me. But yes, I will be sending him over imminently this week, and he's going to be doing some college football stuff.
There you go. You got Stu with the FIFA career mode, the Hive. JPJ might be doing a little bit of Hive college football content. Who knows? Josh streams almost every day at this point. That guy.
Yep.
Brand new PC is about to burn out already with how much he streams. Let's hope not. Like I said, the Substack, and then we got the Buzz every single day with a full a couple clips every single day with the main episode dropping on Friday in Australia anyway.
Mm-hmm.
With Jamie. And yeah, me and JPJ twice a week with the Swarm. Usually, we just had that one episode this week because sports, not much going on. Wrestling, there was 17 shows this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we got going on here.
That's what we do.
Media everywhere. You get your updates there and figure everything out.
And, you know, I think over the next couple of weeks to a month, you're going to be seeing some announcements of new faces potentially joining us here. Some, I don't know anything officially yet. Josh keeps it close to the vest, but he's mentioned a few names to me that I am very excited about, hoping.
And if you watch this, you may or likely know some of them anyway. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would think. So some exciting things as we continue to grow here on the Hive. Obviously, we do our monthly Sims as well, which a week earlier we did the fucking Evolution one, which was a wild time. But we got a lot of good stuff happening, a lot of good people doing good stuff here. And we're just growing. We're going to be growing people-wise. We're going to be growing content-wise. So hop on over to the Hive, find out what the buzz is about. Hit that bell, hit that thumbs. You see what I fucking did there? That's professional.
That's what you call
this
guy has done 100 streams this week, and he's still got the brain to do that.
That is what you call a god professional, right there.
An elite athlete, one of the smartest people of all time, knows every subject, everything about every subject.
What they call a 5-tool player, right?
Athlete, athlete, 5-tool athlete.
Full-blown athlete right there. Let me tell you. Really but yes, so make sure you're following us on all social media platforms. You're hitting that bell for notifications. You're liking all our videos. That helps us out. It gets more people here and all that stuff. But we have gone extra large today. We've gone 2.5 hours talking about all this wrestling and all that stuff. So CJ, let the people know where they can find you, and then I'll do my thing and we can actually get out of here.
CJF Wrights on Twitter is the best way to find me. And after all the wrestling and how this near 3-hour podcast, I think JPJ and I are probably going to go fucking nap and not look at the screen probably, but I guess.
I'm probably going to play video games, sadly.
Okay,
so
enough. Either way, not on screen, not getting recorded.
No.
Take the pants off, eat some food.
They're already up.
Relax, That's why the camera's up here.
That's it. You can't tell. You can tell right now that you don't
Maybe
know.
the Hive will be starting a Patreon where the camera will go a little bit lower. Who knows?
Yeah.
We're
the
down.
Swarm they would just do the Swarm After Dark.
Swarm After Dark. There you go.
That's all you gotta do. But no, thank you for watching, friends. We hope you watched the whole show. A lot of wrestling stuff to talk about.
Back to our regular schedule, by the way.
We will be back to our regular schedule next week, so you'll get more of the 1-hour episodes, sports on Wednesdays, wrestling on Fridays. So that'll be back to normal next week. We want to thank you for tuning in and staying with us this whole time. We appreciate you all. You can follow me right here at JPJ Loves Gaming. Love Wrestling on Thursdays, 9 a.m., Firmly Inc. with Drew, 8 p.m., the flagship with Between Two Beards with Pluggo. Catch me on Body Slam after AEW Dynamite, where I'm with my pal Jose and we do Dynamite Up, the Dynamite review show over there. Yeah, that's where you can find me. I don't. I always tell myself I'm gonna, but I don't.
Yep.
But I don't. But that's where you can find me. And until next week, for CJ, for myself, appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in, and we shall see you soon